right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible weekend. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. Yeah, I'm good. Had a very busy weekend, but a good one. So happy to be back,
Nice.
though. Looking forward to the trading day today. Yeah, I think we're gonna have another good week. I hope. That's my expectation, anyways.
Yes, yes, yes. Last week was good. We ended it very good. But
Yeah.
this it started off a little bit rough. You know what happens, Peter? Last week a lot was that the watch list was not great, but the trading turned out to be okay, especially later in the day. So I'm not sure if you noticed that as you trade much later. That seemed to be the case. Like the watch was a little iffy, and then things turned brighter later.
They turned brighter later. Yes, indeed. I mean, certainly there was opportunity throughout the day. So I think we just have to wait for that opportunity, no matter what your trading style is, and you know what, and you can hopefully put some money in the account.
Yes, absolutely. Friends, let's take a look at our. First of all, good morning to you guys over on our chat. Happy Monday over on YouTube as well. Good morning and happy Monday to you as well. All right, let's take a look here. Gappers list. We got a couple of things in the green this morning. Semis, a lot of news there. We'll talk about Nvidia and AMD and what they're doing. And but I see Intel's bouncing back here. I see they're doing good. MU's doing good as well this morning. And I see a lot of Bitcoin stuff. Coin, Riot, Iron, Mara. I mean, really everything. BTCS, I believe, should be Bitcoin related with that type of ticker, but we'll find out. So a lot on there, kind of again. It looks like only three sectors being represented here, at least taking over the list. And then towards the downside, we have AI, UPST, and some other ones that we'll dive into as well. So yeah, a lot to cover today. Before we do that, Peter, what does our U.S. economic calendar look like this morning?
Well, it's pretty empty. There is nothing on it. We don't have any scheduled economic events, but I'm not so worried about that. We had some interesting occurrences happen over the weekend that we can talk about, and of course, earnings continue. Nothing big this morning, but you would expect that on a Monday morning. We don't get a lot of the big earnings. They don't typically come out, so early in the week. But doesn't mean there's nothing. We'll find stuff to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, let's take a look. Let's start here with our gappers list. Just logging on to YouTube there. Say hello to my friends. Look at our gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Friends, let's take a look at the first one, ZIM. Wow, nice pop today. 20%. That's a big move on these guys there. 20%, 2 million shares traded. ZIM is integrated shipping. We normally don't watch this stock. It doesn't trade very well. Gets really light volume. But they're rocking today, Peter. This pre-market activity looks really nice. What's pushing them up here?
I wish I knew. I don't know. I mean, I noticed them early this morning on the list. Couldn't find any news then. I can't see any news now. So I'm not sure if I'm just missing it or my feeds aren't having it, but I don't know why they're moving.
Yeah, it's interesting there. Definitely, again, usually I don't watch this stock, but I like this pre-market activity right now. So I'm interested in watching to see where it goes. So 20% is pretty nice. I'm gonna add it to the list here. Might not stay. It's gonna be a secondary, by the way. We'll see if this news comes out, what is happening there. But yeah, someone, yeah, I agree, Mikey in chat. Someone wants to buy them, and they're doing that now and showing us that
People
they're
are
doing that.
saying
Yeah.
apparently that's the rumor. Okay.
We'll see. Let's look at BMNR this morning, up 10% right now. We saw this plenty of times last week, a couple of times last week, came up on our list here. Again, today, up 10% here, 6.9 million shares traded. If you remember, this is the one that dropped $50 in one day, right? Went up $50, maybe higher on one day. The next day, next couple of days over, did drop and lose all of that. And then just gap up short, gap up, sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off. And now we're turning the tie here. Peter, as we're up 10% after a couple of green days back to back. So has this thing changed over?
Has it changed over? Well, I mean, look, the crypto sector had a good weekend. Prices are up. So I think really what's happening is that we're seeing an increase in prices on or rates. levels. Anyways, the cost of your typical crypto offering this morning is up with Bitcoin higher. Bitcoin was over 120,000 a little bit earlier. I noticed it just dropped below that marginally, but it was up as high as 22,000 overnight. And then, of course, that brings the rest of them with it, usually, right? So, Ethereum, XRP, Tether, they all seem to be up over the weekend, despite wherever they started from. So, a good weekend for all the crypto offerings, which we're going to see. I noticed earlier there was a lot of tickers on here, all related, right? The Mara, Coin, Riot, they all seem to be hanging out there.
Yeah, yeah, I see all of them here, and then again, pick your favorites on these. They have not been trading all that well. Like if you look at Mara and some other ones, they haven't been great. Coin, obviously, and Hood have been two of our favorites in that field. So again, I think I'd rather watch any of those opposed to BMNR. So I'm just gonna take a quick look at Coin here, see what Coin looks like today. And then Hood, I know it's not on the list, but Hood, man, it's just been so awesome. Look at this daily here. And it continues to like have these great breakouts with continuations. So you know what? I am going to watch Hood today. I know they're not on the list, but they're one of my good buddies here to look at when this stuff is in play. So I'll keep Hood on deck. Peter, as far as this list goes, and just overall Bitcoin and Mine Byte and whatever this is, anything you like here today?
Mind bite. Whatever they're called. Look, normally I go to the Mara and sort of Hood is ones that I would look at. BMNR, the what do we call them now? Mind Bite. Mind Bites. They actually look good this morning. I like the way they're looking. 7 million shares traded, up 10%. Yeah, it looks like it might be worth keeping an eye on today.
Yeah, yeah, it does cut the volume. I like the daily. I like the daily. I mean, the daily's showing here some stuff. Again, usually we avoid this ticker, but yeah, they'll lean the way. Maybe they should lead the watch list as well when it comes to this. We'll put it on there also. We'll see where that goes. All right, heading over back to our trading terminal gappers list and see what's gapping up. I see MU. It's a lot to talk about when it comes to semis, right? Nvidia and AMD with some breaking headline here over the weekend about their deal with Trump administration, but MU is the one gapping up pretty significant right now, up 5.1, 1.8 million shares traded, Peter. So this is in play. I mean, compared to what it normally does, which is nothing in the pre-market, in play today. Had a great day on Friday. Are you going to have this one on your list today?
I've never liked MU. I always struggle with it. It does look good so far pre-market. You notice that, like, as you can see, right after 8 o'clock is when it had the big push upward. The reason for that is unrelated to the bigger news, which is what you sort of alluded to. We'll get to that in a minute. The tariffs with the Trump administration. But MU increased their guidance. They say that they're pretty confident now on their AI-driven chip demand, and they actually increased their quarterly forecast. So that's got investors excited when why it's moving up. Still, though, Carlos, I feel like I need to watch it, but I can't. It's very unlikely that I'll trade it.
Yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. It's like if this one is trading well, you're gonna quickly peek at Nvidia and AMD, and they're probably going to be doing something you like better, and then you go to those. So that's what ends up happening. Speaking of that, let's just go right to it, Peter. AMD and Nvidia, which again, AMD lately I think has been trading very, very nice. Nvidia still got its moves, but it's been trading. I'm comparing it to how it was trading before. We're just not getting anything. Now it's just becoming this monster. Like it's a must watch again, right? So what's your take on this? Which one do you like today? And give us that news that's going on here with these two.
Right. So I noticed Intel is popping up largely because they are not in the news. Remember last week, their CEO, Lip Bhutan, was in the news because he was had personal attacks because of his investment portfolio and his ties to the Chinese government. The interesting news over the weekend was that AMD and Nvidia, apparently their CEOs, made a pilgrimage to the White House and have agreed to pay 15% of gross revenues of their top end chip sales directly to the US government. And this is unprecedented in a lot of ways. Again, good or bad, I'll you guys have to decide. I mean, it's just it's never before have there been tariffs on specific, not only a specific category of items, but very specific products that gets paid directly as a percentage of revenue the way it's being done. So there's a lot of unique things about this. And of course, China is it's interesting that China immediately spoke up and said, "Yeah, that's all well and good, but we don't want your damn chips anyways because we think you've built back doors into it and they're not secure." I don't know. I mean, it's amazing that it's like this is where we post the memes of the guys eating popcorn. Like it feels like this is
Yeah, yeah,
the drama continues. Is all I can say.
yeah, yeah. It's
So
and
well,
again, 50% might sound like a lot, but these guys are making so much money. It's
yeah.
nothing. Like
Well,
you pay that 10, well, not 10 times over, but you pay that twice over just to get your chips out there. But you're right, Peter. If they're not buying them, then that's interesting. Who knows
yeah.
who's
So
actually? Yeah.
Nvidia sold. So here's some interesting numbers here. Nvidia sold $4.6 billion worth of these top end chips that we're talking about
Mm.
here. These AI focused, sort of high compute chips.
Yep.
They claim that they could have sold $2.5 billion more dollars more to China had they been allowed because restrictions have been in place.
Mm.
Which means that, so if you sort of measure the cost impact across between AMD and Nvidia, they estimate this would be about $1 billion worth of tax revenue, tariff revenue. I'm not even sure what you call this. I guess it's a tariff. But anyways, per year to the government. But it's one of these where, like
It's
when you're
not
talking
big.
governments, especially the US government, $1 billion. Eh, I mean, whatever. Put it in the pile.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Even for Nvidia and AMD, like these are very small numbers, guys. I mean, that's
yeah,
not big. You know.
yeah. Like
So
I
yeah.
mean, it means it enables sales for the companies, so it's a bigger deal for Nvidia and AMD if they can unlock the market and sell the chips. But it's to me, it's just a fascinating headline because there's so many complications to it, right? So one, they've struck this unprecedented deal with the government. And then of course there's details about how that's going to actually work and be measured, because presumably the companies are going to have to measure it themselves and report back to the government. However, you've got the export controls that are still in place. You got the Chinese government saying we don't want your damn stuff anyways, and and it's just to me it's fascinating. And like you said, Carlos, I just want to watch the stock. I don't know what it's going to do. They're
Yeah.
both gapping down, but not by much. Like Nvidia's only down 0.4%. AMD's down a little over 1%, 1.2%. But don't assume like I'm fully ready for these things to pop and go green at the opening bell. I mean, they very
Yeah.
well could. So look, but don't make an assumption on direction would be my best advice, because who knows what's going to happen here. Like these, it's just it's fascinating. It's trading opportunity if you play it smart.
Yep. And I think the stock is reacting the right way, right? If you look at Nvidia's early on, big gap down. I say big because this news is not that big, and we're back to almost the previous day close. So that's the right thing to do here. It's not that big deal. Once you look at the numbers, it's almost insignificant. So, all right, let's take a look at what else is happening. But these two are great trading stocks, so we're gonna have them on deck anyways. I'm gonna have both Nvidia and AMD. ChatGPT 5 is out, Peter. So that's nice, really fast, faster than the 4. So new ChatGPT came out on last week, the version 5.0. So I used it a couple of times this morning and also last week, and it's pretty good. So let's
Okay.
see how that does. All right, let's go here. That covers our gap up. What else do we have? We talked about Bitcoin and crypto, which is all over this list. Really, MSTR coming up here now. Yeah, that's the main thing here. Crypto, AI, and that's really it. That's the news. Peter, anything you like here that's not on that we have not talked about yet?
Well, I can't believe you haven't spoken about Weight Watchers.
Weight
Uh,
Watchers. What's going on with these guys?
no, I'm kidding. WW, as they want to be called nowadays. They're no longer Weight Watchers. They are WW International. They had earnings this morning. That's all. Well, they're supposed to have earnings. I haven't seen the numbers yet. I've been waiting for them because ever I used to actually trade this. It used to be decent on the tradability, but it hasn't for a while, unfortunately. I can't remember. They did like a reverse split or something. You think that would have made it better? You can sort of see on the chart where the stock price, because anyways, it was going down and down and down and down. And anyways, they finally decided we didn't want to be a penny stock, and they did like I can't remember, it was like 100-for-1 reverse split, and then they're up in the 40s here all of a sudden. And ever since, I guess because that cut the volume so much, it's been a horrible trading stock. But anyways, so
Yeah.
WW. We do have earnings from a bunch of like again sort of second tier type companies this morning. Again, not stuff that we would typically put on our target list. Things like Monday.com, MNDY. They look, I appreciate the fact that Monday.com always releases their earnings on a Monday. I mean, you have to,
Yeah.
right? Don't you?
Yeah.
Like,
I would think
as
so.
kitschy
Yeah.
as it is, it's part of your brand. Anyways, they released earnings this morning. They beat their numbers actually. They had a good quarter, so top and bottom line.
What's the ticker,
They had
Peter?
their
W.
MNDY.
Okay. MNDY. Okay, there we go. Got it.
Just cut out the vowels.
Yep.
So anyway, so they had earnings. Again, volumes are low. They usually are, but they beat their numbers, as I said, in the quarter, but are gapping down. But it doesn't mean much. Again, unfortunately, they trade under 1 million shares. Barrick Mining is one of the ones sometimes you can take a look at. The numbers seem to be confusing. Their ticker is B, just the letter B. Barrick Mining, anyways, it looks like they hit their target earnings per share, but there's something going on with their revenue because they were estimated to make 15 billion of revenue. They've only reported 3.5 billion of revenue, so something's definitely off there because that doesn't seem right, especially if they did manage to achieve their earnings. So, but I said I was going through the rest of them earlier. There are some names like Dole. Everybody knows Dole, right? You want a pineapple or a banana? Dole. Anyways, but they're not easily tradable.
Yep.
Ballard Power Systems, I know them because I invested in them years ago. Anyways, Rumble.com. Carlos, bottom line, I got nothing. There's stuff gapping
Yep.
up. Microsoft, I liked it last week. I was kept an eye on it all week. It didn't always trade well, but just watching to see what it's going to do after that big spike. And as you can see, it sort of sold off throughout last week. It's in a good area on the daily, but I don't know if it's going to do anything. It could very well trend sideways in this 520 to 540 range for forever, for all I know. But
Yep.
and Amazon is up marginally this morning. So Amazon was pretty choppy last week, but it's another one that I just always watch just in case it does something interesting.
Yeah, I agreed. Had a good day on was the last week. One of the days was pretty nice here. Had
I
a
think it
big
was
gap down week
Thursday, yeah.
before. Yeah, Thursday or Wednesday, can't remember, but it had a nice breakout day
Thursday.
there, which normally doesn't have those days. Normally doesn't have those, so
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
cool.
Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday was a big breakout day, actually.
Wednesday, okay, yeah, can't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday, but yeah, good breakout there. All right, let's see what's gapping down, which is not a whole lot here, and we're gonna probably look at our usual suspects and add those on there, and we also know how much we love PLTR, so we'll look at some of those usual suspects in just a second here, and Tesla. Mojito wants us to look at Tesla.
Of
I
course.
keep saying Mojito, but he's not Mojito. It's Maji. It's Maji. So keep calling him Mojito because when he puts that T and I there and the M in the front, it's just my mind goes elsewhere. All right, let's take a look here. AI is leading the gap down list today. So we are down 32%. This is C3.ai. Down 33%, friends. You can see it here. We've seen this ticker before when it was in play previously. Have not seen it in a while, Peter. What's going on with this one? Now, is this really AI related or is it a data center? I can't recall, but I'm not sure if it's actually AI.
Yeah, it is. The company's
Okay.
C3.ai Inc. is the name of the company, which is it's still a very awkward name to me. But anyway, C3.ai. Uh they basically missed their target numbers. So they gave some preliminary earnings results and they were significantly off where the analysts thought they would be. 33% off guidance. So That's pretty significant. So you disappoint, you're going to get punished, and they disappointed. So will it be tradable is probably the question we need to answer for ourselves. I mean, the volume is there this morning, so maybe they've already traded about the same number of shares they usually trade on an average day. So it feels like they're in play. I'm a little skeptical as to whether that's going to continue when the market opens, but it feels like today's the type of day where they absolutely could. If they could still get punished, or maybe they'll recover. I don't know, one way or the other. It might be worth watching. Just remember, it's a NYSE stock, so wait and watch for that post opening bell volume to hit. So
Yeah, love the gap down. I think I gotta watch this and see what's
mhm.
going on here. Do we have enough shares for sure? 650,000. Okay, that's not great, but it's a lot. Yeah, let's put it on the list here. I'm gonna put in a secondary. Because we'll have to see how it develops after the market open. Again, not a great trader normally, but today obviously we got some stuff worth watching here. All right, back to our list, guys. Brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. Next is UPST. Wasn't this in the news just last week? You were talking about this,
We were.
and yeah, down 7.1, big drop, and this is coming off after a disastrous this Monday, Tuesday. I can't remember. I can't see the day here. Looks like
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Look at that, 80 to 68. Try to recover, and we're getting slammed down again, Peter. So obviously, this is not starting off on the right foot this week.
Yeah, that was earnings last Wednesday, which weren't bad, by the way, in the quarter, but they still got punished because they didn't like their story. It feels like that sentiment is just continuing into this week. They I don't, it seems like odd timing, but they did announce a $500 million um, secondary offering. Basically, they're issuing convertible notes worth about $500 million. After that big decline, doesn't feel like the time to do that, but hey, I guess they maybe already had it scheduled and were locked and loaded and couldn't pull up in time. I don't know, but
Yeah, yeah. Uh, don't don't know what to think about it. Could be hit or miss, but I think I'm gonna watch it today. Peter, is it gonna be on your list,
I don't know.
Upstar?
Secondary offerings are not normally the best news, but it is, like I
Yeah,
said, it's odd timing because it's following on disappointment in the stock. So it could create continuation in the move, especially being that they've been going up for the last couple of months. So, yeah,
yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm going to wait and see if there's something better, but it doesn't, it actually looks better than, it looks okay. Let's
Yeah,
put it that way.
because it's funny. I feel like secondary offerings for stocks that you don't know whatsoever, like we've never seen in play before, are a complete no-no. And for this one, I
Correct.
feel like they might get like a pass today. I don't know. Let's put on the secondary UPST.
Can't say.
Uh, we'll put UPST and let's see. We'll have to just look at how the market starts on this one. Let's take a look at what's next here. Two more left on the gap down. SRPT, which we see plenty of times here. Sarepta Therapeutics. And they're down 4.7, but they don't trade well, man. They don't get volume. I typically avoid this one. I'm gonna probably do the same today. I'd rather watch other things. So yeah, I'm not a fan. Peter, anything to add?
No, not on that one.
All right, we'll move on to the next one. Again, just horrible trading there. And then B, you did mention B already, which is on here on the gap down list. So again, we kind of covered that already a little
Yep.
bit here. But Peter, anything else you'd like as far as gap down this morning?
Apple. Apple. So Apple has been sort of quiet. You remember the tail end of last week, they jumped up on the news that they were going to, provide investment in the U.S. with some development. They initially announced $100 billion of investment. That's been revised. They said it's a total of 600 billion of investment that they're planning to make in the U.S. economy. But today the news isn't quite so cheery. They've got a couple of interesting things going on. There was a lawsuit that, I mean, and look, a company like Apple has lawsuits all over the place. This one is interesting that it's by a company called Fintiv, and it was filed in the Northern District of Georgia. And not that that matters, but they are accusing Apple of illicitly acquiring their mobile wallet technology used in Apple Pay. Now, it's interesting only because Apple Pay is, I mean, that's a big deal, right? I mean, if you've got an Apple phone, so many people use Apple Pay. I know I do. And that's a potentially hugely lucrative lawsuit for FinTiv if they can win it. Now, that being said, they are going to get drowned by Apple's lawyers because they have armies of lawyers, I have no doubt, that will swoop down on them and try and squash this thing. Whether it's true or not, I have no idea. But if they did illegally acquire it, it seems like Apple Pay has been out for a long time, right? Like
Yeah.
it seems like why wait so long if they really did steal the core technology behind its development? So I don't know. There could be good reasons for it. I have no idea. There's not a lot of details, but so that's one piece of bad news, if you will, or interesting news coming at Apple. The other thing was Apple's always executives are always involved in different seminars and I don't know, speaking engagements. Um, I was watching a couple articles this morning that apparently in pretty much every of their recent engagements, Apple Pay spokespeople have been specifically told they're not allowed to talk about their AI glasses and what they are planning to do with that. Remember when, I mean, Apple was really hot and heavy on those virtual glasses that they were putting together, and we haven't heard anything about it in a while. So, it could signal that there's maybe a big acquisition or something, some development release that they're sort of gearing up for, and they're quiet ahead of that. It could mean there's significant problems going on there. Who knows? But all we know is that they refuse to talk about it.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
I found that interesting anyway. So Apple, it feels like Apple might be a little more in play, which just means it may move a little more smoothly than it has on a normal Monday, because Mondays can be pretty choppy for Apple. But anyways, that's what I got. I got Apple. PLTR is another one, Carlos, I was watching that is gapping down here this morning. I know you've got a love-hate going on with PLTR. It was pretty
Yes.
tough to trade last week.
Yeah.
Um, and we were looking at it. I hate to use the F word here, but fundamentals, of course. Um, but it's we were looking at this on Friday, maybe I can't remember when, with Brian, and you're in the room, and he brought to my attention the fact that their PE ratio is 621 at the moment, and
Oh, yes. I heard you guys talking about that at the close.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just to give you an idea, like Nvidia's PE ratio is 58. So to have more than 10 times that PE ratio, that is unrealistically high. Like just absolutely ridiculously high. So but that being said, there's an old expression that says the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So, just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean you should, sort of try and trade against it. But I am continuing to watch PLTR, just waiting for when maybe some rationality takes hold. And that will probably happen when we get some bad news. PLTR has been on a run of really good news, I think, over the last little while. In some cases, it's good news because there's been no news about them, but in other cases, they've actually had good corporate news. I think it's just going to take one little chink in the armor, and this thing's going to be taken down. So I will, as a short bias trader, I will sit and wait for that day. I'm not saying it's today,
Yeah.
but I'm just waiting for it.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Speaking of PLTR, one of my favorite stocks to look at, I will have it on my list here. So PLTR. There we go. All right, so PLTR is on deck. We did talk about Apple, which I do like today as well. Again, it could be a hit or miss. Could be interesting. The more of a secondary, but I do like the day they put in on Friday, man. This is a big day here. We'll love to see what happens today going into this week. So yeah, let's put it in there. Got a couple of big days, right? They did the same thing on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Just continue here. Very, very nice. So let's see what happens. All right. let's see what you guys like this morning. I saw Tesla from my buddy here on YouTube. Let's take a look here. We're up 2%, 2.4 million shares traded. So we are getting we funny. We have not given Tesla a lot of love. At least I haven't, Peter, in the morning show here. So today they're up nicely, 2%, up to 2.4 million shares traded. Daily looks good. Had a great day on Friday. Looks like it wants to continue breaking out here. I think this could be a good day for us to watch Tesla. What's your thoughts?
It could be. I mean, the news isn't really new. Yes, they've secured their licenses in Texas for the robotaxi, so they're sort of free to move forward with that. We were talking about that last week, so it's continuation of that news. I mean, I always like Tesla. You just, it usually gets good price action, especially right at the open. After that, it can be sketchy. It'll depend on the day. So, Carlos, is probably not a bad thing to watch. I don't see any specific reason for it to move. That being said, pre-market, it actually looks pretty good. I like the price action pre-market. It's better than most days. It's very directional. It's moving higher here, and I think yeah, it's not a bad one to have on your list.
Yeah, my list is filling up pretty quickly too. Chill Vlog is also telling me about AMD and Nvidia. We talked about it earlier, and MU as well, Milad, over on our chat. Again, MU on the other hand is not the first go-to today. They look great. I think they're worth having on the secondary. And if you prefer this one over AMD and Nvidia, by all means, put it on your primary list. I think pre-market action, the Friday's action, all look really, really good. Probably the best we usually don't see it do this, right? So MU in the secondary, man, I'm running out of space. I want to add AMD here, which I am, and I want to also watch Nvidia. I'm putting on the secondary, so
Oh.
it's a lot to watch again. And nothing is like blockbuster, Peter, here, but there's a lot of this can be really good if it does this, which I think that's about anything in life. But yeah, that's you know,
Nathan in YouTube asked us to look at hymns. I have taken a look at it.
yeah.
I don't see anything I like there. It doesn't look particularly active this morning. It's only traded 270,000 shares. It's sitting in a very flat level too. I mean, it had, sort of, you can see that drop it had last week on the daily, but last couple of days it really hasn't done much. So I think we need to wait for the next news cycle on it before it would grab my eye. Today doesn't feel like its day. I mean, I can't say that it won't move, but I'm not going to place a bet on it at this point.
My good buddy Trader Troy says Carlos the philosopher. Yeah, I think we're gonna do a shirt like that. This could be good if it does this, and you could just fill in the blanks and make it a thing. So, yes. All right. What else, friends? We got a little bit of time here. PLTR we did add to the list. AMD is on there. Hood I have on there. Again, I got way too many, so I'm gonna have to move some of these down. I'll fine tune that a little bit later. Intel, yes, Intel is the only is capping, not the only one, but it's capping up today. So if you like Intel, you could definitely take a look at that. It's funny. I was thinking about Intel with the situation, right? We're trying to, we should keep the personal stuff separate from this company. We should do the same thing for the Coldplay concerts, right? Like, why is this guy being attacked? The astronomer CEO, keep his private stuff separate. Well, I guess that's different, right, Peter? When you do that and do this, right? If that's
Yeah.
conflicting, and so big difference there. But I guess we decide what's acceptable and what's not. So it's crazy. But let's take a look at Netflix on deck this morning. Netflix, this is wow, 1,200. Man, this is gonna have to split very soon. So it can be a somewhat tradable again. So yeah, 23,000 shares traded, and this is what happens when you start getting to these prices. We saw it with Amazon. We see it with other really higher price stock. The volume is just not there. I mean, if you look at this daily, look at some of the volume here, 5 million shares traded. It's just for the way I trade, you don't get that explosive movement. You don't get that nice readable level two, although I don't read level two as much as other traders do. But there's a lot that goes out the window when you don't get that explosive volume, and Netflix is not going to have that. So it depends on your trading style. Of Phoenix Gaming, this could be a really good one today. But again, I think I'd rather watch something else at the moment. CrowdStrike, did they have their earnings yet? I know we spoke about them last week as they were moving. I think their earnings is this week. Let me go to tradingterminal.com. I'll get that here, but I think their earnings are coming up. They've been moving well as far as the daily goes. I have not watched them intraday, so I'm not sure what's taking place there. Here's Friday's action. Doesn't look all that great, right? But again, without watching it live, it's hard to tell. And if I look at friends, you can always go to tradingterminal.com. You can click on calendar, and you can see what's happening here. Let's see uh,
Yeah,
when they're scheduled here. Go ahead, Peter.
CoreWeave could be slated for a drop, by the way. There's when you have a new company that IPOs, typically what happens is you have 3 or 6 month what they call it's a lockup period where early investors cannot sell, and that
Yeah.
lockup period is coming to expiry. So that means that it's not for another month, but when that expires, it just means that anybody who had that lockup could sell if they wanted to. It doesn't mean they all will, but they could. So just so I think the stock is sort of anticipating perhaps a number of people unloading some shares. But as you point out, with the earnings coming up too, that'll be interesting because this will be only their, I think it's their second earnings since IPOing, since going public. So.
Yeah. All right. So there it is. So yeah, we'll see how it does. It'll probably be in play today, but definitely tomorrow, after hours, and probably going into Wednesday because they do report after the close there. All right. I think we're good. And speaking of earnings, we're live today, guys. We're live today with a big bear AIs happening. But we're gonna focus on Oklo, ASTS, and also Archer. These are the three bigger ones that have more movement. If we have time, we'll talk about AMC, obviously the meme ticker. I'm not sure anything's happening there. We'll look at Big Bear AI if we do have time. But yeah, Mike, Peter, Jared will be live today at 3:30 on YouTube here. So stay tuned for that. And also in chat. You can see it in chat as well. All right, friends, I got so much on my list. I had to stop looking at tickers. So let's do this. Let's head over to let's head over to bearwoodtraders.com. If I click over here, bearwoodtraders.com, I'm in trading terminal. Okay, and then you click over on webinars. So you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Scroll down. We'll focus on this beautiful Monday morning.
All right, guys, welcome to the Bear Bull Trading community. And like every week in the community, we have lots of things that are happening. On Mondays, we tend to focus on those new users that have joined or those that just want to sort of start at the beginning and let's figure out how to structure your trading going forward. So if you want to do that, then we've got a number of different events and activities that'll help you. Starting with Nathan's Bookmap course that happens at 11 a.m. You can join that in the webinar room. It'll help you understand how to leverage that tool, or you can just talk trading and market volumes overall. It's a good session. Join Nathan for that at noon. Or is it 11 or noon? Noon. That's at noon. Sorry about that. And then this evening we have Carlos's onboarding class. It's great for any new members. So if you're new, by the way, over the weekend, welcome to the community. We're happy to have you. And Carlos will have an orientation session at 8 o'clock. It's well worth joining. You can ask questions, whether it's about what you can get out of the Bear Bull Trading community, or if it's just about trading in general. How do I structure? How do I get started? How do I best, get myself on the right path? This would be the course for you to go to. In other community news, I want to give congratulations out to Artie and his new wife, Emma. They got married over the weekend. Andrew was talking about it last week. They posted it on social media. Carlos, I got some pictures there that Brian had posted for us. Brian was at that wedding, and as usual, Brian in a tie. Heavens no, he's wearing his shirt. And there you go. Look at that. Artie's in the middle there. He's in the tux. Brian wearing, being Brian. So, anyways, congratulations to Artie. Artie was a member of this community for a while, helped us out as we were getting started, and brought us into sort of the option era, and was helping Andrew out, and decided to go and sort of run some of his own businesses and activities. There's Emma, of course, looking gorgeous, and Andrew, of course, at the wedding. I'm not sure what's going on with the knife. It's probably a ceremonial thing there. What I really want to talk about, though, is what is going on here. When did Andrew shave the side of his head? Whoops, not that picture. This one. We're going to have to see him when he gets into the chat room here this morning. When did this happen? Anyways, yeah, he's got like a giant He's got a toupee going on there and the shaved sides of the head. It's fancy hair. Anyways, we'll see what happens when he gets into the room here this morning. But that's there. Anyway, I just that struck me as I looked at that. So, all right. Well, congratulations to Artie, anyways, and his new wife. So. All right, guys, let's get going. If you may have seen at the outset, by the way, we also have um, our a new boot camp that's going to be starting in September. So if you're interested in accelerating your trading journey, we have a 3-month intensive course that is the Peak Capital Trading Boot Camp. If you want information, go to peakcapitaltrading.com and you can get information on that and see what it's about. Email us. I've been getting a number of emails of people asking about, how does it work? What should I do? Guys, we will always answer you honestly about that. Like when I say intensive, there's a lot. We throw a lot of material at you. There's a lot of opportunity. You certainly don't have to take advantage of it all, but the more that you can participate in, the more value you get out of that investment. Not only investment in dollars, but in your time that you would make. So, and some people are saying, I got all this stuff going on. Do you think I could do it? And sometimes my answer is honestly, maybe not. Maybe you want to wait for the next camp because it sounds like you're pretty busy. But obviously the choice is yours. So, but the camp is always great. We always invite anybody who's attended to talk about it and give their honest feedback. It provides a lot of value, but it's not for the faint of heart. So, if you want to accelerate your trading journey, check it out. peakcapitaltrading.com. All right, Carlos. So
Yep.
set some levels. We got about what do we got? 16 minutes and a bit
Yeah.
before the
Let's
open.
do it. Let's do it. Andrew's asking his chat, what's wrong with his hair? What's wrong with it?
Well,
Peter,
there's
he's
nothing
asking
wrong
you
with it. It's just a
on
change.
YouTube.
Yeah.
There
It's
it
just
is.
a change.
There it is. It looks good. I think it looks good. It's aerodynamic. He runs a lot, so this can help him shave off a couple of seconds from his speed. You just never know. So, but it looks
I'm
good.
just look, I'm fascinated with hair. I mean, for perhaps obvious reasons. I mean, I don't have any to talk about. So I just
okay. So you're concerned when somebody else purposely cuts their hair. You're like, hey, what's happening here?
There is that. I mean, well, I guess when I looked at it with the shaved sides and the big mop of hair on the top, he had a reverse Peter going on. So
Reverse Peter. Oh,
a
okay.
reverse Peter. Like between the two of us now, we have a full set of hair, a full head of hair. So
Oh, I'll be scared to see what AI comes up with that. Somebody do that. Put Andrew in. Put Andrew's hair on Peter's head. Oh, this is gonna be great. Send us that, please.
What that would look like.
Oh, somebody's got to do this and send it to us. All right, let's get to some levels, and then we'll have Andrew and Brian trading live today, my friends. To join them, to see them do their thing, you got to go to bearwithtrades.com. We'll show you how to join. We have a discount for you guys. For the link, gets you in for $19 for the whole week. Check it out. Test drive the thing. I recommend you do a month. I think a month you really get the whole thing. Get the month, get all the webinars, and see if you really enjoy it, and you probably will. All right, let's take a look here. Start with AMD. I got a lot on my list today. Some of these are sitting at all-time highs, so levels are going to be very easy and quick. Like, for example, AMD. There's not much you need to tie into here, guys. If you look at this daily, you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. We're not at all-time high on this one, but you have a nice little peak that we did recently, and just kind of going sideways a little bit here as we determine what's next, especially with this in chip manufacturing news with Nvidia and AMD giving the government 15% to export goods into China, which again is a drop in the bucket. So why not? Why not get that done? Positive headline for the markets. They didn't like it at first, has rebounded for now, and just below the previous day close. I'm going to just mark high of the pre-market. Once I do this, 171.41, you're set. You don't got to do anything else. You're pretty much covered here. Actually, you know what? Maybe down here, just in case we do drop. I'm thinking bullish, but in case we do drop, you do want to have this level here kind of covers you towards the bottom in case we lose that low of the pre-market this morning. Let's talk about Hood. I have this one on my list here. Not looking all that great right now, but it has been so explosive. Like after 45 minutes in, we're seeing these beautiful breakouts. Friday broke out actually immediately, but we've seen these beautiful breakouts out of Hood. So I want to have it front and center today and see what can come out of that. Right here, as you can see, high of the pre-market is 117. 49, so 117.49. I'm going to mark that right there. There it is. That's your high of your pre-market. And then towards the bottom, you have highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, and I believe we are all-time highs. Let me just confirm. Yes, we are all-time highs. Nothing else above this level. I mean, just what a beautiful run on this stock here on Hood. Next one is BMNR. Normally we don't watch this stock, but today they're making some noise. They have been doing some stuff since last week. Let's mark some levels here. High of the pre-market is going to be over at excuse me, 59.88. So we'll slam one there. And then if we go to the left, friends, we're going to look at 74.50. And then the technicals here just get wild. Like this is just messy. I'm just going to be looking out for a whole dollar number, 70, 75. These areas are going to be more important to me. I'm going to play the price action more because this just doesn't make sense, right? But what this tells me is that we have the potential to really get going here, right? And do some stuff. So let's take a look at how it plays out. PLTR has been, as Peter mentioned earlier, I do have a love and hate relationship with them. But man, when they're on, and they're giving me some really good trades. So always good to watch them. 188.45 is the high of the pre-market. The low is going to be down at 185.25. So we'll slam it there. And then if you look at the bigger picture, which is kind of back and forth between Friday's highs and lows as well, right? So not much levels to add on here. I think this looks pretty good. And are we sitting at all-time highs as well? Again, I feel like 8 out of 10 stocks are in all-time highs on our watch list here. So all-time high as well. Nothing else towards the top. Apple's not at all-time highs, but it's got some news here, right? So we'll see how this plays out. It is gapping down just shy of 0.5% here. 226.40 is the low of the pre-market. The highs tie into the previous day close plus the highs from Friday. So we'll leave that there. And if you go to the top, to the left here, we could get more levels towards the top just in case we do get any kind of breakout. I had 2 really great days last week, 2 really good clean breakouts, which Apple hasn't really delivered. 234 is the next level I have here. But if you look at last week, yeah, I got a couple of really nice days here. Let's see what it does today, going on to their, I want to say their 4th day of actual in play, right? We haven't seen Apple do much. If you look at this daily here, look how quiet it's been. We had a little bit of a drop into 2 weeks ago, and then it's just been, look at how small these days have been. It has not been giving us a whole lot to work with, but the last couple of days doing pretty good for us. Let's see if that can continue. And our good buddy, of course, Tesla. I know I have a lot on my list. It's not going to stay that way. I'm going to minimize that a little bit later. But here is Tesla. High of the pre-market, 336.69. We'll put a level there as well. And if we go to the bottom, we do have our low of our pre-market, which is set down at 332.80. 332.80, which is right over here. So we'll mark that there. Below that, plenty of levels, highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. The one level we did miss here with our automatic levels is 326.11. So I do want to mark that there. At 326.11 is before we start getting to some of our highs and lows towards the bottom. And then to the left, we're going to get some levels towards the top. We're going to mark down right here, 339. No, it's a little bit higher actually. The good level is right at 341.70, and then above that we do have another one around 351.86. So there's Tesla looking okay this morning. Again, nothing blockbuster, but the last couple of days doing really, really well. As again, the SPY, the Qs, everything's just kind of hanging out just below all-time highs after we had a big recovery over the last week or so. So looking pretty good here so far on this. Peter, take us through what our team is watching this morning. Peter, you're on mute.
I'm on mute. Sorry about that. Our team is starting to get their list in here, and as you can imagine, a lot of the stuff we've already been talking about. So Lenny, surprisingly short list today, just watching AMD, Micron, Nvidia, and Tesla. Jared's going to be watching AMD, Nvidia, and Coin, and like he says, a lot of secondary choices here. Crypto names, some stocks in other areas. He's got Oklo, maybe ASTS, a whole bunch of stuff you could keep an eye on. I got the same problem, man. My list is just massive. Carlos, we're going to have to be careful not to be chasing butterflies here this morning.
Yeah.
Thor is going to be watching Tesla and PLTR. Gary's got Tesla, Meta, Hood, and of course the market index on his list. Mike is going to be watching Nvidia, Google, and the scanners as he always does. Megan is going to be watching Tesla, Hood, and SBET. Phil is going to be watching Meta and Tesla. I said I've got a big list with Intel, Micron. Again, probably not going to trade either of those two, but I'll watch them. BMNR, Upstart, PLTR. I mean, just lots of things. We'll see what's going. I don't see either Brian or Andrew with their list. We know that they're out there. Andrew was already, worried about his hair since I was talking about it, so I know he's out there somewhere. But
he's listening.
He's listening. He's
Yeah, yeah.
listening. So, anyways, Will, and there you go, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Take the damn trade. That's so.
Yes.
I got this thing. It sits in front of me. Yeah, today the day. Hopefully, I'll be taking the damn trade. That's my objective. So we'll see what happens. It's a
Yeah.
Monday. So Mondays usually provide good trading opportunity. So I just have to reach out and grab it.
Absolutely. Let's wait for our set of friends. All right. So once Andrew and Brian log on, we'll hop over to them. But yeah, I'm ready to go. Peter, I had a great weekend, man. I went down to Wildwood, was hanging out at the beach with the kids. Got there Friday, came back late last night. Man,
Mm.
so much fun, so much fun. As I'm sitting laying on the beach, I'm relaxing, watching the kids do their thing. You forget about the planes that pass by. There's just planes after planes passing by with that. So I'm like, somehow, some way, in the most peaceful place, they found a way to advertise to you. Like I just want to look at the sand, water, and sky. That's all I want to look at.
Okay.
But you found a way to put an ad in my face. It's unbelievable.
Huh.
It's
Like, wait,
unbelievable.
on the plane?
Oh yeah, the plane drags this. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if they do it in Canada. The plane drags a
Oh,
whole banner. The banner's
with
the
the
size of a
banners.
building.
Okay, I gotcha.
Back to
Yeah.
back to back. So I'm like, look at this. Like you can't get away from ads. You just can't get away from, even at the beach. It's just unbelievable. You can't escape it, man. Whoever thought about that idea is a genius for the marketers, but for us, it's like, my goodness, give us a break. So just insane. But overall, I just thought about you, and that's just one of the rants. Like, oh, it's a good rant. I'm gonna tell Peter tomorrow.
Mm.
But oh my goodness. But yeah, great time down in Wildwood, man. Had a beautiful time with the family. Hope you had a great weekend. So we're starting to kick it off here. We're gonna get ready. I'm gonna get my 1 minute and my 5 minutes set to go, guys. If you want to see Andrew, as I mentioned, and Brian trade live, you can head over to bearwithtraders.com and you can check them out there as they get ready to rock this morning. So let's bring Peter in the bottom here. Where's Peter? Here we go.
Where I go? I go on the bottom.
Oh yeah, go right here. There it is.
Right.
There's Peter. And same thing here. All right, beautiful friends. Yeah, there's the plane with the banner. Sunday. That is exactly what it is. You live in Wildwood. It's amazing, man. It's really nice. Uh, really nice. Living there though, you must get a lot of you must get tired of people coming down like myself down there. Because some people are not as nice. Yes, Janine, that's 100% right. Janine is right. All right, PDT rules might be changing soon. Nor yes, they I think it's once they announce it, they make it so public the way they did. The PDT rule, I expect another month, maybe two. I think it's gonna happen pretty soon. Once everybody's talking about it like this, and not just like social media, like it's coming out on well-known newspapers like Bloomberg and this and that. So yeah, that's in play. So it will be interesting. But again, as we have been mentioning, you gotta learn how to trade. No matter how easy they make it for you to trade, you gotta learn how to trade, or else you're gonna take those $5,000 and you're gonna blow right through it. So
True.
and that's just gonna happen. There's gonna be a lot of people say, "Oh, I could trade now," and they're not gonna go through the courses. They're not gonna read Andrew's book. They're not gonna do the funded account, and they're gonna just blow through that $5,000. And it's so easy to do, guys. Right? So easy to do. So uh, learn how to trade first. Get in the simulator and see what takes place there.
So where are we going with things?
Rocket Lab was great for me on Friday. I don't expect anything to happen today. It looks dead. We'll leave it alone. AMD. 4 minutes to the market open, friends. I'm just gonna fix my watch list. Gonna get rid of some of the stuff here. Let's see how many I can actually watch. I have way too many. So AMD
Yeah,
could be
it's part of the problem, right? You just end up
Yeah,
with too
it's a
many.
lot today. Yep. PLTR, Apple. This is a big list. I got a Lenny list today. This is a Lenny list.
And Lenny list, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Lenny list.
And the Lenny's got the short list of all the
Today?
days.
Oh
Of all the
wow.
days. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Okay.
Uh,
For those that don't know, Lenny list is that Lenny's usually his ticker list is massive.
yeah.
And then I love when he puts like 10 tickers and then says more I'm not gonna list. I'm like, what are you watching the whole stock market, man? What are you doing? So yeah, yeah, love it, love it. Yeah, that's exactly what Lenny list looks like right there. There, this is perfect. There it is. Oh, gotta love that. Gotta love that. All right. Um, good. I have ZIM on my list. It looks good today, though. Normally we wouldn't watch that, but that looks good. Um, Jason, I don't know, but we're gonna continue programming as planned. I don't get off until somebody else comes on the chat. So if nobody gets on, we'll trade live with you guys. So we'll just keep it rolling. Once I see Andrew and Brian hop on, I'll get off. But if they don't come on, which I think they will, it's just Andrew's fixing his hair for Peter.
You think? Is he?
Nah,
Oh,
he
that's
looks
nice.
fine. He- he's gonna come in and say, "Wait, what's going on, man? What's going on,
Yeah,
Peter?
no. No,
Making
he's
fun of my
he's
hair."
he's gonna give me an earful, whether I'm
Oh, he's
listening or
gonna
not.
give you. He's gonna give
Oh,
it to you.
you know
Yeah,
that. Andrew
yeah, yeah.
Andrew likes to rant about me.
Mm, mm, mm. Um, on to go short tech, go short PLTR. Yeah, but it's timing. It's all about the timing. Like, yeah, we're talking about the PE this morning. I'm not sure if you saw that conversation, but it's all about the timing, right? Like a stock could be crap, and you know it's gonna be crap, and you know it's gonna go down to like $5, but it's hanging out at 180. I'm just picking some random numbers. It's all about timing. Before it gets to $5, it might go to 300. So it's all about timing and where the market sees the price at that time. So can't let that bias, right, push you into doing something that's not being confirmed by what's taking place. So that's the tough part sometimes. AMD. Peter, what's your favorite, like two favorites you like this morning? What is your favorite, two favorites you have on your
Uh,
list?
Nvidia, I think
Okay.
actually. I know that's not exciting, but it's what I think has, the best chance of doing something I can trade.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm BMNR actually.
Oh,
I like
okay. All right.
BMNR here. I want to see what it's going to do. So that's what I'm watching
Yeah.
at the open anyways.
All right. Good. 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 Excellent. All right, friends. 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds to the market open. Um, as welcome. Good morning, guys, over on YouTube. If you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. So thank you. Good morning to you. All right, let's get rocking. So as usual, friends, I wait 3 minutes after the bell, and then we'll see what's in play. We'll wait for our setups. All right, here it is. I think I think Brian might be traveling. I saw him. I saw a message just from late last night. He might be traveling today. Marla. All right, friends. Check in here. AMD BMNR has been very active, up 11%, giving some back right now. 12 million shares traded. Oh, this is sitting on the American Stock Exchange too, Peter. So we got to be careful on how this thing actually trades. Those tickers can
There we
be a
go.
little funky at
I am
times.
already long Nvidia. I just took a partial as it went green.
Nice. Nice. Do I have your screen? I can look at it if you have it.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't want this thing to go red on me. Don't do it. Oh, it just took me out. All
Oh, it
right, came
stopped.
all the way back down.
Yeah. And
Took
it
me
might
out.
still go, man. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's still
Yeah, it
gonna
still
go.
might go. Yep.
Just happened to come right to where I put my stop, but we'll see what happens. I
Yeah.
felt like maybe the news was overdone, that Nvidia's got a chance to go higher, but again, I'm not gonna mess with it too much because I don't know.
Right.
Maybe it
Yeah.
won't. Look, it's going.
Well, you got the previous day close there too, right? So that can be some
Yeah.
resistance. Jared, short PLTR, heavy at PDC. So you're short PLTR, or you're
Mm.
saying shorts are heavy at PDC? Um,
Tesla moving higher here.
BMNR. Oh, the price on BMNR, man. It's the price action is wild. It's moving like very erratic here, 30, 40 cents. It's just, and I think this is part of that American Stock Exchange thing. It just uh, doesn't look clean at all. Maybe it'll settle down a little bit later. Maybe it'll settle down. Looks good for a long, but the spread too, man. It's like 30 cents at a clip here. That's not great. But it looks long, man. I like it long. I like it looks strong, but not sure. And yeah, PLTR.
Tesla's strong early on here. Nvidia seems to have only had that one moment of pushing up, and now
Yep.
it's down.
PLTR. PLTR is just gonna go. So I wait 3 minutes. I didn't miss PLTR yet because I gotta wait 3 minutes. If it gives us a pullback, we can maybe jump in on it short. So here's the pullback coming. Let's see if we can get a pullback. 185 would be great. I want to be as close as possible to that VWAP, but we might not get it, friends. This thing might. Yeah, I think this was your pullback here. We might not get
there it is.
an entry. We'll see. Oh, BMNR is just nasty. That is ugly.
Yeah, look at those overlapping candles on BMNR.
yeah.
That's just, yeah, it is very ugly. All right. Well, that turned out not to be a good one to watch. Oh, no, don't.
Dang, Hood is so nice right now. So nice. Nothing, man. Everything's happening so fast. Not giving me a chance to get in here.
No, I didn't get a pullback. I was looking at a short on Nvidia, but I didn't get an entry that I liked. I don't want to go chasing it too much here, but because I don't know how long it's going to move for. But Tesla's
Wow, so many
slowing
things just
down
got
here.
going short right away. Like just immediately started going short. Hood, PLTR, Apple, Tesla. Well, not Tesla. Tesla's actually up here. But so many
Tesla, yeah.
things dropping, man. Wow.
Oh, that move.
Let's see here. Anything you like, Peter?
Andrew was out there. Where's Andrew? What happened to him?
I'm telling you, he went to get a haircut because of you. You made him feel bad. You should feel bad.
We
It's
got
not,
the
not,
haircut.
No, he went to get another haircut because you made fun of his haircut.
Another one. Oh well, you can't add the hair back on the side.
No, he's gonna take some off from the top now. Look at AMD. AMD above the VWAP. That could be interesting there. Maybe retest of the high of the day here. Let's see if I can get a pullback. I like this one here, man. Could be good. Let's see. So much to watch and nothing I'm in so far. This is not cool. Tesla wants to go back up. AMD is the best one I like right now for this long move, but I need a pullback. I need something to jump in on here.
I'll pop up there on Nvidia. Glad I didn't go chasing this.
Stay away from AMD, says Cool Deep. I don't know. AMD could trade very well. AMD could trade very, very well.
Wow.
Here's the pullback. What you watching?
Look at that. Paris went short on Nvidia, but the same spot I went long, and he got the better move, that's for sure.
Okay. I'm long AMD here. I think this pullback is decent. Let's see if we could stay above the VWAP. So I'm gonna give it probably like 40 cents. Let's see if we get to the high of the day and get a pop here. So see if it's gonna continue. See what it does here. No, Siri, I don't want you. There we go. All right. Let's see what else. What else, friends? So much is moving here. Hood came back. BMNR. This thing might pop. It yeah. Just the price action is just brutal. So I'm not gonna trade it. It just looks messy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take it off my list. I don't want to keep floating through it anymore. That's BMNR. Yeah, it's just you know what? I don't even want
It's
to watch it.
too choppy for you,
Nah,
is
it's
it?
too bad. Yeah, it's too nasty. Let's get rid of it here and here. Focus on some good stuff. And look, I think it is gonna break out. It's just I don't think it's tradable. I really don't. All right, friends. I am long AMD. Let's see if we get towards the high of the day. 172-ish is slightly below that. I would love to get there. Take a partial. My stop is 170. I want to go 170.40, but I know I need to be below the previous day close. I'm sorry, the VWAP, because that's usually we come down to test. So we'll give this maybe a little bit more room, or we'll see how the price action does. If we start heading back here, I might just jump out before getting below the VWAP. So like we want to see this happen quickly. Like we're in, come on, let's get the breakout. Let's get up to 170, 180. If it starts hesitating, we might get into this back and forth action, which I don't really want to be part of. So let's see. It's trying. It's trying. PLTR back up to the VWAP. That could be a good VWAP breakout. The first drop was so big. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, Apple is just straight down this morning. It's
Yeah, beautiful 5-minute ORB
weakness on
breakdown.
Apple.
Yep. All right, AMD is doing some stuff. See, you get to 172.
BMNR just broke out of that
It
range
did. I knew it was
pretty
gonna break out.
aggressively.
Yeah,
Look at that
it looked like it
$3
was gonna
move, just
break
like
out.
that.
Jeez, $3, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
look at that.
You know, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. This thing, I told you, it looked long. Like I'm like, this thing is gonna go, but it might hurt you
I'm not
before it gets
mad.
up there. But
Your
might be a
voice
little
says,
salty,
tells a
but
different
not,
tale.
but not
Yeah.
mad. Not mad. Oh man. All right. I'll see if AMD can do something here. See if we can get going. We need at least 171.80 to make this worth it. Look at Hood. Let's take a look. Yeah, Hood broke out. Oh, it's a beautiful 5-minute engulfing pattern too. Like if you look at the 5-minute here, that's a nice engulfing, and you had a nice entry above the VWAP. I wasn't looking at it, so I missed it. But Hood could go. Like Hood, when it gets going, man, it's just strong. So, um, let's see.
All right, now we see orders here. Interesting.
Which one, Peter?
Nvidia. I'm trying to figure out what Nvidia is doing. I'm not good at reading Nvidia.
Mm,
I want to see what it
yeah.
keeps, like a lot of orders keep popping up both on the bid and the ask, so it's hard to know which way this thing wants to go. It looks like it wants to go higher though.
Looks like it wants to go. This might be good via breakout too. Let's see. All right, AMD's doing some stuff for me. Let's see if it can get at 172. I'll
Yeah, you
take
might
a
have picked
partial there.
the better target here, Carlos. As
Nvidia
it's,
might, yeah, but Nvidia might do it,
uh,
man. Nvidia might do
it
something
might.
here
It's
at
got
the
to get up
VWAP.
above the CWAP, but then it could go get itself green again. There it goes.
Here it is. All right, come on, AMD. Break that one. What is this 171.44? Is this the high of the pre-market? Yeah, high of the pre-market. Come on, break that. You can do it. You can do it.
I'm not in anything. I'm just watching at this point.
Oh, nice. You got 1,400 on BMNR. Yeah, those stocks, if you get in and it goes in your direction, hitting the numbers is
So
easy because you get so much so fast, right?
people keep mentioning that there was no economic announcements for today, but apparently Trump is going to be speaking in about 20 minutes here at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Um, That's early for him. He doesn't normally have morning press conferences. But one of the things that the Trump administration talked about, Trump was saying how he's going to make uh, DC, Washington, DC, the safest place on earth. So apparently that's what he's talking about. I don't,
Yeah,
yeah,
they didn't have that. They had
that'll,
that killing there. I mean, that's just
yeah,
something crazy,
it'll
man.
be, could be a very interesting speech. I don't know what to do with it from a trading perspective. I'm not sure how that'll affect the
Hmm.
markets, but
Oh, here we go. Here we go. There it is.
yeah.
All right, since Brian is not here, and I know you guys miss Brian. I knew it. I'm gonna do some Brian sound effects. Ooh, ooh, oh, 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 yes. He does this thing, man. This is awesome. I'm like, he's
Yes, yes,
yes.
there you go.
It's
There
just,
you
I can't
go.
do it, but he
See?
is awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome, man. We miss him this morning. So that's our inner Brian.
He's traveling right now. He's mentioned to us that he
Yep.
was going to be away. So
Yep. Yep. Yeah, excellent. If you guys have not over
that's
in YouTube,
isn't that
if you guys have not been in the chat, you gotta come in. You
ex
gotta pay 19
yeah,
dollars and see Brian.
yeah.
uh,
Nvidia got the move. I should have gone long Nvidia. Should have.
I told you.
Darn it.
I
Take
told
the
you.
damn trade.
I I,
Take the
I
damn
told
trade.
you.
Oh well.
Yeah, VUI. Oh, that's a VUI breakup. Peter, you know this strategy.
I know, I know. Well, I
Uh,
was even looking at it earlier than
you.
that, down at
Oh
181.
man,
And I
come
just
on,
again I was like, oh, it's not my typical trade. I didn't want
Peter.
to go and be silly, but
I'm
yeah,
gonna
take the
just take
damn
another
trade. I
partial
know, I
here.
know.
I'm gonna take
Carlos,
another
Carlos has
partial.
got yeah, about to go
Oh,
green.
right. Previous
So
day close.
there
Very,
you
very
go. AMD
nice.
trade going well.
There it is. Nice, nice. Well, yeah, doodly, doodly, doodly. I can't say it.
Diddly
Doodly,
doodly,
doodly, doodly.
diddly doodly, diddly doodly.
Diddly, doodly.
Yeah.
Close enough. uh, Rich T, you're in? Let's go, man. Good. Glad you're in this one. Was a great VWAP breakout here, and just turned out nice. Nice on AMD here. But again, Nvidia also beautiful VWAP breakout as well. Here's the pullback, and then nice breakout towards the high as well. A lot of things bouncing back this morning. PLTR at the VWAP, but you're not getting the breakout. It's struggling there. PLTR, but also nice bounce. Apple, the Apple bounce a little bit.
A little bit.
Tesla's, yeah, not a whole lot.
Tesla seems to have settled down into a choppy range here.
Yep.
But Nvidia, not bad. I mean, they're not massive moves, especially for
Hmm.
Nvidia that can move bigger
Yeah.
ranges, but not bad. I mean, not bad.
All right, here it is. AMD. We want to stay above the previous day
This bet.
close. I'm gonna
Look
take a
at this
little
bet.
bit off, just in case we're gonna see some resistance here on this previous day close. Just not 10%, just in case. Because we got a nice move here. I don't wanna come back with a lot of shares on
Oh,
AMD.
Carlos, you want to know what's made a good move this morning? Guess,
IMS,
guess, guess.
IMS.
No, no.
Uh,
Our favorite.
our favorite. Oh, that's a tough one because I have a lot of favorites in the list here.
It's sort of our non-favorite favorite. Our favorite to talk about. But
Oh, MP.
there you go. Check it out.
No, no. Look at that piece of garbage. Where's the truck? It's not a piece of garbage today, but what it did to us is going to be a piece of garbage no matter what it does. It's going to be a piece of
It's a
garbage
great
for
move,
life.
though. Look at that. Did a
It
little,
is a great move. Yeah,
VWAP
wow.
retest, and then off to the races. MP.
Look at
Yeah.
that, man. You know, MP actually,
Yeah.
all jokes aside, MP's been, like, look at the daily. It's been on fire,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
this thing has
It
been in
has been.
play. So maybe we have to reset our cookies on this thing and just start fresh. So, yeah, we need
That's
to do
right.
that.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Well, maybe we need to trade it again, get that monkey off our back,
Hey,
and then we can.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Won't do it today because we don't want to mess up
No,
today with
because
MP.
you're
It'll
doing
really
good.
make us.
You're doing
We
good.
got to
You
do it
picked
on
the
a day
right
that.
horse here. AMD's
Yeah.
got the better move here a little bit than Nvidia. So
Oh
yeah, it's going
wow!
quite well. Look at that, Carlos. Yeah.
Insane. I love this
Awesome.
today.
Awesome move.
Great way
Well done.
to start the week here. But yeah, we're gonna trade MP. Like when we're having a really bad day and we can't make it any worse, Peter, then we'll go trade MP.
And we
Because if we
can't
have
make it any worse.
yeah, we can't make it any worse. Let's go trade MP. Because if we trade on a day like today, oh, we'll really be bitter every time we hear that ticker, right? So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Big level 174. Let's see what's the daily. And you guys look at the R's. What is the next R level if you have it on AMD?
174.22.
174.22. Okay.
That's what I have, anyways.
174. Let's see if we can get there. On the daily, I mean, we're at a level right now. This 174. If you look at the price, here, it's kind of got like a couple of areas where you've been touching here a little bit, right? So obviously the whole dollar is always important, but let's see, 174.22. Let's see if we can get there. Bring back the 1 minute.
Oh, yeah. Andrew's trading. He's trading Tesla, it looks like.
Nice.
He's out some Tesla. All right.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Nice.
Let's look at Tesla. Where's Tesla? Here. Ah, the breakout. Yes. Looks good on the 5 minute too. 5 minute looks awesome. Nice ABCD pattern. 5 minute breakout. That's nice. And now, so another thing too here, a 5 minute breakout when something is so extended like that is much different when it has consolidated and all the moving averages has caught up. That's actually, I don't consider this an extended, overextended 5 minute RB. Once you have a couple of minutes in here and you kind of consolidate a little bit, it's much different than trying to chase it right when it's doing this, right? So this is a nice consolidation and you still can trade this for a 5 minute RB. You don't have to trade on like minute 501. A lot of people get confused that the 5 minute RB has to be traded like on 501, 502 after the market open. It doesn't. You have up to an hour, right? So we go over this in our onboarding class tonight as well. So if you join that, we can answer some questions about that as well. All right, AMD, I took a partial here. We're above the previous day close, actually in the green. Peter's imaginary trade would have been here, right? So Peter's long here.
Imaginary trade. Yeah,
if he would have taken the trade. And he would have been very nice here at 183. So another great VWAP breakout on Nvidia there. And what else, friends? PLTRs could be interesting if we can get the VWAP breakout here. That looks good. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that sucks. Andrew's locked himself out of the office. Yeah. So it happens because he's there so early, right? You don't have a lot of people there. Like that's the thing with trading in the West Coast. It's not like there's people at the office here. They're regular people start at regular time. We start at 4:30 out there. It's insane. So he's locked out of the office. He'll be on once he gets back in. All right. And well, he's trading from his phone then, right? You took your phone, Andrew? Trading from your phone. Oh, yeah, he has to be because he's obviously chatting. Duh. Stupid question, Carlos.
He could have run home. Well,
he is close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, he went back home. He's on his laptop.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, guys, some good trades there this morning. Congratulations if you took them. I just had that one really quick long on Nvidia right at the open. Obviously, it sold off and then came back. I failed to take the next long. So,
yeah.
I even held up the sign and I didn't listen to it. But
look at this. Alex on the palm tree. Awesome trade, man. He took this trade here on AMD. I guess he was looking to get short, added, stopped out, realized things are trending, or just copy my trade. But either one is fine. And just kidding. But yeah, nice.
Is that what happens? Is the hot seat here? It makes you like have that Andrew approach. Is that?
Yeah. I have to do my inner Andrew and inner Brian because else people in the chat are gonna be like, we don't want these people here again, confused. Right? So we gotta inner Andrew and inner Brian today. But no, man, great recognizing. Just stop out. So important. Just stop. Get out the trade. Reset and look. You took advantage of this beautiful long here. So awesome, man. That's Alex on the palm tree there. Great stuff. Who else do we have? Um, who else do we have here? So that's Alex and Rogelio. Is this Rogelio? Is this bootcamp Rogelio? Uh, I need to ask this question because this guy, he was on my team. Yes, it is. All right. So let me see what you did here. So Rogelio did the boot camp with us. He was on Team A. Again, always active and participating. Look at this.
Wow,
Great
look at
job, man.
that.
Great job. This is what we talked about for the
Simple.
13
Nice
weeks.
and simple.
Nice and simple. In for the breakout.
Yeah.
Here's the, oh, this is, what the Peter, Peter, you were taking this trade. This is the Peter trade here. Awesome, man. Awesome. So again, he was in the boot camp with us 13 weeks. He showed up, Peter, every day. Because you mentioned this earlier. You was talking
Good.
about how hard it is, right? And it depends on
Yeah.
the person. This guy showed up every single day, every meet. I think he missed one because he had something going on. I'm sure he went back and saw the recording, right? So that's got to put in the work. Put in the work,
Yeah.
and he's paying off. So
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, Peter, you going to say something?
Like the sad thing about Nvidia is my trade actually, when I was looking at it, I was looking at getting in it at 936, if you look down there. So find
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Oh,
936.
so it's not at the VWAP? 9.
No, it was well before it. It was right
Oh,
right there.
man.
Yeah. I know. It's
Okay, so
just
I really got to give you crap.
yeah, you do. You do.
Damn.
Make me feel
Okay.
bad, Carlos, so that I don't do it again.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
No, don't. I'm such a chicken.
Oh, it's a good trade. It's a good trade.
Such a
Um,
chicken. Well, it would have been if I'd taken it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, good straight process. Yeah, we need to schedule you with Dr. V here on Wednesday. She'll be
Yeah,
on at 11.
apparently.
Maybe you should be the first one to take the hot seat with her. Thor's doing this hot seat thing with her
Yeah.
on YouTube. It's gonna be pretty good. Yeah, so looking forward to that. Um, all right, PLTR hood. Wow, hood friends. Look at the breakdown here, going red for the day. Anybody take this? This is collapsing pretty aggressive here on hood. So not nice. Mastermind, you're a long BMNR. No, AMD looks. So the question is, what made us take AMD long instead of PLTR? AMD looks so clean. Like even if you look at PLTR here, it came up here. Look at the struggle, right? Look at the struggle, and then when it breaks, I wasn't looking at it at this point, right? But here there was nothing for me to look at, any signal for me to get in long. But if you look at AMD, look at the nice breakout here, right? So we saw this breakout where seems a lot of strength here, and we just waited for the pullback, right? Pullback above, right above the VWAP, and we went long here. So this is much cleaner breakout than PLTR is, right? So PLTR broke out here, but never really got going, right? Never really got going there. So if I would have taken this, I would have been stopped out, and then same here. If I would have taken it, I would have been stopped out again. So I'm glad I didn't see this one. So, but yeah, AMD was much cleaner. So we'll see what it does here. We're in the driver's seat now, so if it goes up high, we'll take some more. But we're already looking pretty decent on that one. PLTR still messy. Apple wrapping itself around the VWAP here. Tesla came back to the VWAP, and yeah. How about UPST? I know we're watching this one with their news of a possible what is it, split, Peter? What they're doing? UPST reverse split? What's it? Or
No, the secondary offering.
oh yeah, sorry, secondary offer. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
$500 million, I think it was, of secondary offering.
Yeah, not doing a whole lot. Um, not doing a whole lot. So, AJ Gupta says, take a sip of whiskey and calm the nerves. We will be taking. We're allowed to drink on a podcast, right? We could drink whiskey on a podcast when we do our whiskey weapons and Wall Street. That's when me and Peter will be doing our whiskey drinks. So it'll be premium content. We'll do it for our members on the Lambos and garbage trucks. That should be a lot of fun.
Whiskey, what do we call it? Whiskey Wall Street Whiskey and Weapons.
I got the logo here. This was generated by ChatGPT. Whiskey Weapons and Wall Street. with the logo and everything.
There
I'll
you
try
go.
it again, see what it comes up.
Just-
What it comes up with again. Now that the AI is getting a little bit better. Yeah, so Andrew's gonna post his recaps on Lambo's and Garbage Truck. So for Lambo members and Garbage Truck over on YouTube, he's gonna be doing weekly recaps. I also want to do and I haven't talked to Andrew about this yet, but I want to see if we could get you guys scanners. You know how you sometimes you have like you go to Bloomberg and they have like these scanners are just always playing there. So maybe every morning we could set up a scanner for you guys that's always there. If you're part of a member, so you could bring up the scanners while you can't edit them. You want to edit them, you got to join tradingterminal.com. But maybe we could do it, we just can view it like a page. So I got to talk to Andrew about that, see if we could do that behind that. But that'll be nice. That'll be nice for the members. So again, a lot of great stuff coming to you guys. Yeah, thank you for your support. Appreciate it. All right, AMD's back above the VWAP. I'm glad I held here. Andrew would have added here. Paris would have added here. Even Peter would have added here. When Peter's in a trade, he would have added here as well, and he would have been taking advantage of this move because you add a lot more than I do, way more than I do, Peter.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't call myself very effective at it, but I do
Yeah.
when I can. Yeah.
So this would have been an ad for a lot of traders right there. Yes, I will do a recap as well. Yeah, maybe we'll do folders. We'll have under there. We'll have a folder for Andrew his recap. I'll do some recaps as well. And yeah, we'll do that. I can do that. We'll do a recap as well. I can commit to that. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, we're sitting at 247 likes. Our goal is 400. I think that is a really great number. So if you're kind enough, so inclined to help us smack that thumbs up, we really appreciate it. It does help out the channel, and again, we really appreciate your support on there. Matthew, you get an alert. So we're gonna do it under. If you're a member of the Lambos and Garbage Truck, you're gonna get the alert of the videos. It's gonna be right on YouTube. Right on YouTube. So you once you go to the YouTube page, you'll see the area for members. You'll see Andrew's recaps there, and then you'll see my recaps there. We'll start doing recaps as well. Between me and Peter, we'll do some recaps. I'm committing Peter too. Not every day though. Maybe one day I do it. Maybe one day Peter does it. If we have something to teach, right? Because you're gonna see us trading live here. But if we have something to teach, we'll definitely do a recap. So, because sometimes Peter will be getting these blockbuster trades, man. We got to learn from Peter. Not
I
today.
need more of them. I need
Not
more
today.
of them. You always need more.
Not today on Nvidia at 180 something. My goodness. But yes, we'll do that. All right, let's take a look, friends. So AMD, I should take another parcel. We need to make a new high here, or I should probably just be patient. I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I should probably just chill. What I should do is add, but I just don't have the guts to add. Let's add. You know what? Let's add a little bit. Let's just add. All right, we did it. We added a little bit. New average 172.05. Okay. All right. It's not bad. We added just a little bit just to see what happens. Let's go. Let's see if this is going to pay out.
Carlos is. Why not? Let's add. Let's see what
Let's
happens.
add. Why not? Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
What's the
why
worst
not?
that could happen? We get
Yeah.
stopped out of break even. We already had a great day with these parcels here.
Yeah.
What's the worst
Right.
that can happen, right? Let's see.
Yep. SBet. I know a
What?
couple people, including Megan, are watching SBet. It's a
Yeah.
little bit grooving here today.
For some reason, I looked over. I expect the stock to do like a candle to like 170. Boom! News came out. Tariffs 100% for every country. Oh, man. Oh. All right. Let's see. Let's see. When is Trump? You said Trump is talking at 10, right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
apparently right now.
Yeah.
I don't. Let's see
All
if
right,
we can
let's
find
see.
it here.
Maybe that's not the right time to add, but to try this ad. But let's go for it.
You never
See.
know how the market's going to react, and we
Yeah, true.
I feel this is the type of press conference that's going to be late.
Yeah.
But
okay, yeah, I see them there. They have not started yet, but I do see they're showing the White House there, so see what's happening. Dun, dun, dun.
We'll begin shortly.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is. He's probably going to talk about this Nvidia chip situation, right? Because that's what they kind of like. That's kind of like the headline say, because this has never been done before, right?
Probably. I mean, let's face it. When Trump takes the podium, you never know what he's going to talk about. It's
That's true. But this is more. If it's a win, he's going to bring up the win.
Yeah, actually, good point. Good point.
Yeah,
So
yeah. This is
he's most
so
like,
his
even
for
though
his
we
camp, it's a
believe the
win. Yeah,
topic is primarily Washington, he's going to
that
want to
doesn't
talk
matter.
about,
Yeah,
yeah, he's going to want
exactly.
to talk
Yeah.
about the stuff that's,
So
well, so yes, so they
there it is.
are, the White House feed is just on a holding screen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've got another stream here where you can see the podium, see somebody, a couple people talking with the reporters in the room.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Wait
waiting
and
for the
see.
press briefing to happen.
All right. All right, friends. We added to
See,
AMD. Let's see if we can get a nice little pop here. 174. I'll take a partial. And what else is going around? Hood right back up after a big drop, man. Big drop from the V at 115 all the way to down to 114.04, 114.10, back up to 115.40. I mean, it is just a lot of movement on Hood today. So hopefully you guys took advantage of that. I know it's too early, but BMNR VWAP reversal. Let's take a look. I took it off my list. I'm gonna put it back here. All right, so
Nvidia is heading
it's
back
early.
to the VWAP here.
It's early. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, AMD was awesome, and I added. Look, Andrew, I added. I'm doing my inner you.
Look at me.
I added. So let's see. Let's see. Just a little
Let's see
bit,
what
right? So
happens.
just to get comfortable
Let's
here.
hope. Let's get Carlos back over 170,
Yeah.
174.50. Let's do
I'll
that.
definitely take a partial. Yeah. I want this to happen before Trump comes on. Just in case he rattles the market, which usually doesn't. Like when he has negative, somewhat slight negative news, he'll do it after the market close. He's very aware of the stock market, and so he's definitely looking at that. Let's see, let's get it. 174 would be awesome, guys, if we could do this here. Let's take a look there. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm not gonna be greedy.
Oh my goodness.
173.94.
Guys,
Partial. What happened?
be nice. Look, whenever we have a press conference, whenever politics happens,
Yeah.
people
Oh yeah,
start
just
getting a little crazy.
let's not do that.
Let's
Keep in mind that
be nice.
me and Peter are extremely neutral. Any comment we're saying is not picking any sides. You might read it a different way, but we're not. We're not picking no sides. I like both equally. I really do. I like everybody.
Whoa.
So it's okay.
Nvidia's gone below VWAP. Didn't stay green for very long. Interestingly, it's heading down.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's it's going to be a drag on the market overall, and of course on Carlos's trade here in AMD. The AMD is holding up pretty well considering.
Yeah, I took a partial here at like 174.94. I was not gonna mess around, so I took a partial there. But again, it's looking pretty nice here.
Nice.
I think a lot of stuff are just gonna wait around until the press conference happens, right, and see what the tone is.
Yeah, could be.
All right, let's see. What made you take AMD short? What made you take AMD short on the first pullback? No, I didn't go short on AMD. I mean long. What made me take AMD long on the first pullback for a 5-minute RB? Was it the indecision candle? Yeah, we'll look at it in a second. But no, I went long trade Canada on AMD, right? So here, maybe you didn't see the whole screen, but yeah, I went long here on this pullback, right? All right, so as we wait here, AMD putting back a little bit. So, well, the reason was it was a VWAP breakout, right? So yeah, in the 5-minute, you do have this indecision candle. So here's the 5-minute on AMD, right? You got this nice indecision candle. So you could have taken this for a 5-minute ORB as well. I don't really like these candles for 5-minute ORB, right? So I took it based on the strength of it regaining the VWAP. So it was a VWAP breakout for me, right? not typically the VR breakout that we trade here. Like you see me, you do the breakout, wait for the pullback, and then the confirmation. I think this was really strong the way the price action was forming. So I could actually wait for the confirmation, but I think the pullback was great, and I didn't want to miss the move. I think this thing was going to go at least test the high of the pre-market. So, based on the way the price action was forming, I made the decision to jump in. Which again, that's the advantage we have as retail traders. Like, yes, we have our plan, but sometimes you might see something that says, "Hey, based on your experience and all of the stocks you've been watching, this looks good now. You just shouldn't wait, right? So sometimes you're gonna get that, but you can't have that gut feeling every single time. But once in a while you do, and if it works out, just you keep adding credibility to your gut feeling, I guess, right? Something like that. You kind of got to build that over time. All right, let's guys. What a wow, AMD, you're making my ad
There
look
it is, the
nice.
174.50. You're
We're
welcome,
adding
Carlos.
on
I
every
called that.
trade, Peter. Every
Called that
trade we're
for you.
adding. Every trade is an ad.
You're a convert now, eh? You're just gonna make
Uh,
it happen every
I'm a
time.
believer.
All
I'm a
right,
believer now.
all
Oh
right,
man.
good.
All right, guys. Wow, what a trade on
It
AMD.
feels good when it works, doesn't it? It feels like free
It
money.
feels
You're just
great.
adding into a trade,
Yeah.
and
Feels like why have we
it's
have not done this
it's
before?
it's when it doesn't work that it's often
Yeah.
difficult because that's when you get the you get
Yeah.
stopped out earlier than you would have otherwise, and you're like, oh man, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Wow, nice, nice. AMD delivering for us today, friends. And also Nvidia. Nvidia had a great move. Failed now, but Nvidia had a great move as well. Up to the previous day close. So a lot doing pretty good here. Uh, wow, PLTR never did anything, Peter. PLTR, this is the love and hate with that I have with PLTR. Like, look at this. It goes from trading so well to one of the best stocks of the day to
yeah,
doing this. It's just so hit or miss on this one. But all right, let's take a look, friends. I'm gonna have Bloomberg up TV to see when Trump comes on. President Trump comes on here. But in the meantime, let's see what you guys did today. Let's look in chat. What do we have here? Phil doing some options on Tesla. So here's Phil's trades. I'm assuming long, long, long here. Took some partials into that move. Nice, man. Nice, nice. There's Phil's trades. Who else we have? GP Trader. A lot of you guys took BMNR. I was concerned with that stock the way it was trading, man. The price action at the
yeah,
beginning
it
was
was very
so
ugly at the
bad.
open.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
spread
bad
was
at the
50,
open.
30 cents. But a lot of you guys waited for the actual breakout, so that's nice. Good job there. Um, Harvey in chat. Good breakout, Harvey. I see you took that as well. This Harvey's trade. Core Weave, which again is going to be earnings tomorrow after the close. Nice entry here above the nice VR breakout. Partial, partial, partial added. Wow, you still in this? No reason for you to get out based on what this is showing. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, let's see what else. All right, awesome, guys. Great, great trading. Did you guys take AMD for the breakout too, or no? Any of you guys take out AMD for the breakout? Oh, Harvey, you exited early and re-entered twice. Oh no. Dude, you had a great entry. You could have. Those I didn't really test your thing, but hey, you got to make the decision with the stuff you have. So yeah, Vicky
Yeah,
took AMD.
that's
James took AMD. Gerard Rivia took AMD. Nice, good job, guys. AMD was great today. Gerard General Jim took AMD. Beautiful.
look at AMD 175, baby.
Wow, this is awesome. Should have added more.
Carlos.
Should have added more.
now, now you look at
Should
that.
have added.
Look how
Oh,
easy the
oh,
greed sets in,
oh,
eh?
how
Isn't that
easy it just
awesome?
seeps right into you, right?
Yeah,
Oh, but even though I added not so much, man, the ad makes such a difference. Wow,
it does.
like it really enhances thing here. So that's 175. It will be irresponsible of me not to take a partial here, so we're gonna do that. Partial 175. and we're just gonna see where this goes. Looking awesome, guys. Um, Friends, this type of great trading you will see in the community. If I was trading just for YouTube, it wouldn't be this good. But I'm trading with the members of the community, so we got to bring our A game, A plus plus. So when you join, you see Andrew and Brian trade. That's the type of quality you get over at BBT. Carlos, you knew it. Oh yeah, we miss Andrew. I knew it.
Knew
But
it.
yeah, I
That's
knew it.
Brian, yeah. Well, Brian will be back
Brian.
Wednesday. I think he's off. I think he's traveling today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
He'll be
Yep.
back
Yep.
Wednesday,
Absolutely.
and he will know
Yeah.
it. Knows
And
it. Knew it.
oh, I'm like, how's he gonna know he's back? Okay, I got it. You're saying he would know as far as the saying. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, PLTR actually broke out, but this is such a difficult breakout to take. Because again, you would have if you were looking for you got him faked out so many times here, maybe here. No, then here it's just hard to trust. But again, it depends on your strategy. But yeah, look at this beautiful breakout here, up to 187, $2 move almost. It's a
All
nice
right.
pop.
Still waiting.
That's a nice pop.
Still waiting on this press
Uh,
conference.
Gotcha, Harvey. Yeah, it can be tricky. Uh, let's see what we got going on.
I mean, it was a day with, remember, there was a lot of targets this morning. It was tough to pick what to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the lesson here is not everything that we had originally talked about made great moves, and a lot of other stuff we didn't talk about did make great moves, like MP, for example. But I think the key thing is you've got to consistently watch the stocks you've picked.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you jump around, I call it chasing butterflies, right? You basically you never catch any. You start chasing one, and then you think there's another better one, and you run after that, and then you run after another. You just end up chasing your tail around. So,
Yeah.
it's about consistently watching one, deciding on the type of move you're looking for, and if it makes it, then you can take advantage of it. If it doesn't, then so be it. Like that's just that's trading. It's the way it works, right? So it's a tough lesson to
100%.
learn. Most of us need a lot of time, myself included. And then of
Yeah.
course you have to have the guts to actually take the trade when you see it, which I failed to do this morning.
Yeah.
So shame on me.
Um. You took AMD short and golfing short. Where you saw that in golfing on the 5 minute earlier today? Yeah, it's a tough when it broke down from the previous day close. This is banner. Yeah, that's a tough. I get the play, but it's tough, right? Because this thing is just so strong today. But I get the play. Um, I'm on my way to becoming Paris. No, Paris is an animal with the ads.
I
Oh no, he is.
mean, yeah, it's a compliment, but no.
Yeah. I will do.
Uh Harvey, I
I will do the
do.
I love you AMD. That's all. That's as far as close I'm gonna get to Paris with the ads. I love you AMD. That's what we'll do. Go ahead, Peter. You had a question?
Oh, Harvey was sorry in the chat room saying, guessing that I have a high win rate. I do, but I miss a lot of opportunities. I mean, my win rate runs about three quarters or 75%.
It's high.
Um,
Yeah.
but but
Yep.
I don't get as many opportunities as I should because I pass on so many, and that's one thing I'd like to change. So,
Yeah.
high win rate isn't everything, of course. You can have 100% win rate if you only took one trade and it won, and then you never trade again. But
Yeah.
I think we could all see how
Also,
that's not a
you
good
know
thing.
what it is too, Peter, for us, like me and you, we stop out at break even no matter what. So that also inflates our win rate a little bit. Because you
Yeah,
might still have a
that's
small, like,
true.
a small win rate. Sorry, a small win, but the win rate might be higher. So again, we really don't focus on win rates. Mine is around 65, a little bit higher at times, depending on what month it is. But again, it's because we stop out of break even a lot. So
That's true. Yeah.
we, if you look at our
I,
average winners, they're not as massive as some other
I
people that are all or nothing. You know?
yeah, I do say of my 75% win rate, about half of those are
Yeah,
trades that have stopped out at break even. So keep that in mind. I don't, you have to do your own
yeah,
math on things, but
exactly right,
yeah.
right.
So
It depends a lot on the way you
yeah,
trade, how you take partials, and again, that stop out of break even. It's a, it's important because I've seen traders that their win rate is 50%, but they're like doing all or nothing. So yes, they take
yeah,
more losers, but it's just the numbers, right? But their winners, are massive, and they're not taking
right.
partials like I am, right? So
Yeah.
everybody's different. Um,
Yeah, Mike J here is saying he's got a 38% win rate,
hmm
but he normally gets a 4-to-1 reward. So yeah, it's like
right.
that's
Yeah,
so you got to
that's the
combine a
trade
couple
off.
of stats, right?
That's the
Right,
trade off. Yeah.
exactly.
That is the trade off. Wow. Is that what we're doing today?
Wow, look at that punch up
AMD.
on AMD.
Man.
Okay,
All right, let's
Carlos,
this
pick the
is
winner.
awesome, man. Yeah. This is amazing. Today we'll take a partial here. This is wow.
Carlos, he's so happy. I love it.
Ah, I don't know. I'm more happier with my ad than anything else, because I would have been very upset if the ad didn't work out today. Because I don't normally do it, but I'm happy that the ad worked out. This is good. I'm getting over my fears of adding here live on YouTube and the members chat, so it's interesting. But yeah, so we're getting some like kind of bull run here. What's going on? Spy is actually Spy and the Qs are not really doing anything, right? Qs is quiet. Oh, the Qs are.
Hmm.
The Qs are pushing up a little bit here. Yeah. So kind of giving some of these tech companies a little bit of a pop this morning. Hood. If I was not so focused on AMD, Hood was possibly a potential VWAP breakout here. Nice. Not as clean as we normally see, but that's a nice one there. You are getting the move here, getting the punch through. PLTR also punch through. Again, tougher to trade after such a messy hour. Like an hour almost there, almost 45 minutes. It's not easy. Not easy. All right. Wow, AMD. This is awesome. This is insane. I guess I'm not worried
Oh,
about the
look at
15%
Carlos.
they gotta pay. They're not worried at all. They could care less. How's Nvidia doing? Nvidia doing the same thing? Yeah, well,
Well, I
trying.
mean, it's an upside and downside, right? Because while they have to pay their, the toll,
Yeah,
I mean, that they're not going to pay it, right? They're just going to pass it on in the pricing.
of
But
course. Yeah,
it opens up billions of dollars of additional sales for them, right?
yeah,
So arguably, it's a good thing for them. Um,
yeah.
so
Yeah. I
still
could
waiting
not
on this
agree
press
anymore.
conference to start. So as expected, it's late. Getting Trump out of bed. He's
Hey, you can't say that, man. You're gonna piss some people off. What are you trying to
I
say?
guess so.
He's lazy.
I'm not saying he's lazy. I'm just
I
saying
know, but
I don't
that,
picture him
that's
as
an,
like an early morning
no.
guy. I've never
What?
you
No,
don't
no,
see
no, no,
him.
no. Oh no, definitely, definitely. There's something about rich
Is
people, no
he?
matter what side they're on. Rich
So
people do
the
not
rich
sleep.
people.
No, Peter, they don't sleep. They don't sleep. Only Andrew, because he's in the West
Why is
Coast. He
that?
has an excuse because his time zone kills him. Like he needs to move to the East Coast. They don't sleep, man. They're just their brain is constantly working, constantly thinking, okay, what's next? What's next? It's just something that's built into their DNA. They don't sleep, man. The Elons of the world, these
Okay.
guys are always thinking, what's the next deal? What's going on here? And it has nothing to do with red or blue, white, whatever color you decide to support. It's just rich people don't sleep. If you hang out with a rich person, they don't sleep.
Wow.
They're constantly
I
on
think
their
that's
phones. It's
I think
unless
that's
they just became lazy rich, like they just woke
okay.
up and it's like, okay, fed the spoon,
It
but
feels like
they don't sleep. Yeah,
a very large generalization, but okay.
no, I'm telling you, man, these
All
guys
right.
are animals,
Do you, do you,
animals,
do you
animals.
know a lot of rich people?
No, I just see them fly into Teterboro, and they don't sleep, man. They don't sleep. I'm telling you, these guys are they're again, unless they're lazy rich, right? Unless they're like just
Lazy
become
rich.
rich, yeah.
What's-
But
what-
yeah, it's just there's some lazy rich people that just landed into money, no problem. But no, man, I don't think this
Okay.
guy's wakes up late.
All right.
No way.
I have
No way.
no idea. He doesn't
Max
normally
says, I
do
like this. Max says, I don't sleep, I'm not rich. I get it, man.
early.
I didn't say if you don't sleep, you're gonna become rich. That's not the way it works. Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. Great content. Yeah, man. We got to keep it fun and we keep it respectful, and also we try to trade and entertain and educate. Right. That's the whole point. But one thing is for sure, though, guys. No matter which side you're on, me and Peter, we're gonna make fun of both sides. We're gonna make jokes about both of them. It's okay. Don't take it personal. Next tomorrow we'll pick on Democrats if we have to, but it's just fun. Just have fun with it. Be light
But
about it. Don't take it personal. It just
yeah,
that's never our intent, right? No matter what party you're on. So
I mean, it's fun. Like almost everything I say, I don't even mean it to pick on anybody. I'm just observing. Unfortunately, some people take things, they infer what they think you're trying to say, and it's like I don't know. Anyways,
uh, I think what made more of the impact today is what that people are not sleeping, but they're not rich still. Why he says I'm not profitable trader, I can't sleep. That's a good way to keep you up too. Oh,
yeah,
friends.
that was a whole different problem.
That's a whole different problem. We'll help you with that. We will help you with that. All right, AMD pulling back here, friends. What a move today. This is awesome. PLTR breaking. Let's take a look. PLTR. Resistance here at previous day close. I mean, it could go either way. If I was taking this trade, I wouldn't know which way to take it, long or short, right? You kind of gotta wait for your setup here. If you have one, great, but it looks a little bit messy here right now for an entry. Now, if you're in from the VWAP, you're golden at the moment, looking pretty good.
I let the teenagers. Yeah, it's funny how everybody's got different, different sleep cycles.
Yeah,
Well, Nvidia's back green again and popping up here now. So
yeah, that's a good
that's
move,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Yes, sleep cycles. It's funny. My son, he's up 6 a.m. every day, weekends. We went to this trip. We're out late doing the fireworks,
So
doing the Ferris wheel, and
yeah.
6 a.m. he's up, ready to start the day. My daughter, on the other hand, both my daughters, they're late sleepers. They could if you don't
Yeah.
open up the blinds, they'll
So
sleep to 10.
yeah. So remember this about your son because wait
Yeah.
until he hits teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
I can almost guarantee he will not be up at 6 a.m.
I hope so. But yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Unless he
Yeah,
becomes an
yeah,
athlete. If he becomes an athlete and
yeah.
then he's used to that schedule because he's out, going to practice or whatever. But yeah, most teenagers, their
Changes.
rhythms change there.
Yeah. Great question. Am I planning to teach my son how to day trade? Not how to day trade. I'll teach him how to invest, right? Invest, and then if he wants to learn how to day trade, right? If he's like, "Hey, Dad, what
Right.
are you doing? I'm interested," then I'll go into the details and all the nitty gritty. But definitely, how to invest is a non-negotiable. Got to learn how to invest, how to do a 401k, how to actively invest into stocks, mutual funds. That's a must for all of them, even the girls, my daughters. But if they see me doing my thing, like, hey, what's that thing moving up and down, and what's these colors? Like, sit down over here, son. I'll show you what's happening,
Yeah.
right? And because you gotta want to do this, right? This is not something you say, hey, teach me. Like Andrew talks about it all this time. People just want to them to show them how to make money and not actually learn the process. They don't even want to read his book. Like the guy
Yeah.
has a book. and they don't want to take the time to read it, right? So that means you're not, if you don't take the time to read the book, you're not really interested for the right reasons, right? And if you come in here just for the money at first, it's not gonna work. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work because you need to be passionate about it. You need to have some skin in the game other than just money. And once you do that, you become a better trader, right? So, but yeah,
If
definitely investing.
well, if it's any consolation, it's usually they come out of it the other side too. There is something that happens during the teenage years when, you know what, they just hormones hit and
Mm-hmm.
things start changing and it changes everything. So,
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what? I
You
mean,
don't know.
I I always think about it, like you can't how could you I can't you can't blame a teenager for that. I mean, you think about the massive, just changes that are
Change,
happening
right?
just
Right.
physiologically with them, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you need sleep, man. The body's got to like process all this stuff and
Yeah.
build and
Yeah.
grow and anyways.
I think precedent.
Anything harder than being a teenage girl is being the dad of a teenage girl. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
yeah, it could be tough, but I'm telling you, it's worth the journey as much as many times you're like you're just yeah, you're trying hard not to break things
Yeah.
or injure
Yeah.
somebody. It's worth it. It's, it's not an easy journey. Uh
All
yeah.
right. Let's. All right. So I took another part of your name, D man. This is just insane. I might need to add again, Peter, at some point here. Um.
Well, look
Nah,
at
I'm
that.
not gonna get. Let's not get cocky, or that's when things go wrong.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Let's not
but
go
this is
crazy, man.
looking
But
really good. Whose trade is this? Over in our chat, James. Let me make sure I have the right name. James also traded AMD. Let's see how James traded this trade here. Let's look at James. Where's the AMD trade?
Carlos, did you think 177 was even like in the cards for you when you
No,
entered this? Come on, man. Look at that.
no, nowhere
That's
near.
amazing.
Nowhere near my thought process here, man. 177.64. Can't even see my entry on this screen here. I gotta zoom out. Look at this. $7 in.
See, that's always awesome.
That's
That's
great.
that's one of the best things
That's
about,
great. Yeah.
when you can get in a situation.
So really, really good. Here's James. James also took AMD over in our chat. Breakout here. This is a 5 minute ORB, I believe. It's a 5 minute ORB. You also have a hive day breakout. You got a lot happening here. But great entry. Partial, partial, partial added here. Not sure if you stopped out maybe at break even. Add it again. And then you're able to add, take off, and then you're in it still here for this big move. And this is at 176. So you should still be in this as we hit 178 almost, man. So great trade, great entry. Good stuff, man. Good stuff, good stuff. So, all right. Awesome. James, good work on AMD. And yeah, guys, great stuff.
Oh, there's my
MU.
there's my
Yeah,
10:30 market direction change. We are 30 minutes after the scheduled start of that press conference. Still no sign of the
yeah.
president.
You left us hanging.
Yeah.
Um,
Every expectation, of course, the focus of this speech will be he's going to announce the National Guard who's going to be deployed in Washington, D.C. to clean up the streets.
mm-hmm.
So we'll see what that looks like from a speech point of view.
Wow. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Ford, breaking news, $5 billion in EV investment with focus on low cost models. You're seeing the stock here break out. We'll see what that does for Ford. So as EV becomes a thing
Mm.
here. So
Again, EVs are so close right now. They're so close to the point at which I would
yeah.
be convinced to buy one. They make
Oh yeah.
sense. They just need the range. The range and the
It's
infrastructure has always been my problem. We're
yeah,
very
and
close
I
on
think
both.
again you're in a different stage now, man. You retire, early retirement.
Right.
You're not commuting every day. I think if you commute every day to work, there will probably be no reason to not have a EV. You know, it's just you're
Right.
commuting every day. You're coming back to your house where you have a charger. It's not a let me go on a road trip, which you do a lot of here and there, Peter, right? You take
Right.
these long trips to your kids and do this and that, go to the cabin, and your car might be sitting in a cabin where there's no chargers. I get it. You don't want that. It's too risky. But if you commute every day, you're going from work home, I mean,
Hmm.
it's the way to go. I'm thinking about when I was commuting
Exactly.
45 minutes, to my office when it was in Jersey, Edison, Jersey, New Jersey. I would have loved this. I would have loved the self-driving car to be stuck in this traffic, man, on the Garden State, back and forth. Just take me up and down. Charge it at home.
Yeah.
Never have to stop at a gas station. That's great. You know. Um. So yeah, if you're commuting to work, this is the way to go. Wow. 178.82, friends. This is getting parabolic. I gotta take some off now again. I mean, I'm running out now of shares here, so let's just let it run. But this is insane what AMD is doing here. Sad Rider, good morning. You just joining us, man? You woke up late today, like Mr. Trump. Trump woke up late, and we're waiting for his meeting.
We be
According to
careful. We're gonna get in
according
trouble. We have no
according to
idea
Peter.
whether what the delay is caused by. So, but
No,
yes,
it's
I've caused problems now.
no, no, no. All right, let's take a look here. I am going to no that job. Again, you could tell. I'm gonna take half of what I have left here, which is not a lot yet. We'll take it off here, and then the rest we'll just see what happens. But there's no more partials left. It is just take everything off. That job, man. That job. Every president that comes in 4 years later, you could tell
Oh
the
yeah,
amount of like
you see the how much they
they
age?
age. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, who was the youngest one? The most recent youngest one, I think, was Obama, right? I think it was probably the youngest
I
one.
think so. Oh yeah, there's some good pictures of him, like the before
Oh,
and
the before and
after. And
after,
yeah, he looks like 20 years older.
dude, it's crazy. Who else? Bill Clinton also had a really big change as well on the second term, I think. But but yeah, man, the before and after. Somebody should do that. Before and after all their presidents, you could see it's just
Yeah.
that's not a job for the faint of heart, man.
No.
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tunde saying Trump is a TV guy, so it's probably hair and makeup. Maybe. I have no idea.
No,
But,
but also he's
he
older,
scheduled the
right?
press conference, so, you could schedule the
Yeah,
hair and makeup before the time of the press conference.
yeah. But he's
But,
also he's older, right? So you're not gonna see the before and after as a big drastic change. Like once you're older, the change
that's true.
between that young 40 to that 50, it's a lot. It's a lot. So
Yeah.
once you're past 40, 60, change is not that big. He's 80, right? 80? Trump is 80? 83 or something?
I always forget how old he is, but yeah.
It's
I
aging
mean, look,
great, man.
it
I
could
wish
be.
I wish my
It,
parents aged like that. I mean,
yeah.
that
It
looking
could be
good.
that there's an international incident that he has to deal with.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
something out there that is
79?
he's
79?
79 apparently.
That's not that. I'm
Born
telling
June
you.
14th, 1946. So
Wow.
yeah.
But again, you compare his life to many other people, and his life was very nice, right? When you're rich, it's different. You don't go through a lot of struggles that other people go through, right? So you age differently when your entire life you've been like that, and that's a negative. That's actually a plus. I wish everybody has an opportunity to do that
Hmm.
eventually. But yeah, you age differently, right? So it's a lot of things you're not dealing with. You're not staying up at night how to pay the bills, which I think at one point he was almost went bankrupt. So he probably did, um,
Wow.
but yeah,
Have you, Carlos, can you picture a picture of like Theodore Roosevelt in your head?
yeah.
I've got an image of Theodore Roosevelt in my head. Do you know he
Mm-hmm.
was the youngest ever president? I would not
No,
have. Yeah,
never would have thought that.
42.
Really?
Yeah, 42 when he became president. Apparently that's the youngest ever.
Really? He
Kennedy
looks
was
so much
Kennedy was
older.
43.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, there's a caveat on that because Kennedy was actually the youngest president ever elected. Roosevelt assumed office after the
Hmm.
assassination of William McKinley, so he wasn't actually
Yeah.
elected officially,
Right. Right. Gotcha.
but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, so
AMD continuing its strength here, friends. This is just incredible. So what a great run on AMD here. Um, yeah, 79 is good. It's good.
interesting. So sort of weird when you line up presidents by age.
Yeah, the older presidents, if they're 40 at that, man, they look like they're 60,
I
65
know.
plus,
It's
some of these
been a
guys.
rough
So,
40 years.
yeah, Russ 40 years, like, well, you're riding on horses and this is different. Dirt in your face. And these guys are riding in freaking Teslas. Much different growing up situation. I agree, you
Uh,
know? Which it
I
is true.
I mean,
Like if I go back to my country, Peter, the kids that are my kids' age, it's like they're
mm,
double, right? They're walking around without no shoes and rocks, and there's just they're opposed to a lot more risk stuff and harsher environments that they look like they're 5 years older, right? And more mature just because the environment forces you to do that, right? So could happen for those presidents
oh,
too, right? You know?
there's a bunch of people in suits coming into the room.
All right, here we go.
Here we
See what we
go.
got going on.
Press conference looks like it's about. Oh, I saw Trump behind the screen. So all right, so he's there. They're about to. Oh, he just issued a big statement too on
Mm.
Truth Social about what he's planning to do. Buy an EV car, Ben? Yeah, I think it's time. It's about time. This is a funny thing to contemplate. I think I was talking to someone. Like cars are a constant like struggle in my life as to what to do about vehicles.
Mm.
Because I'm like, because technically, if I wanted to save the most money possible, I should just Uber everywhere. That would be the cheapest solution.
Yeah,
Uber everywhere.
yeah, yeah.
And
I could
then
see that.
rent a car
Yeah.
when I'm going on a long trip.
Nah, man. No, no,
But it
no.
is. I've done the
I'm just
math.
thinking
It
about.
would be
I'm just thinking
cheaper,
about some of
but
the
it's
crap you might
not
have to deal
convenient.
with. No, you will get pissed
Yeah.
off. You have a
I
rant
didn't say
every
it's
day
the most
here.
convenient.
Yeah, you
It's the
have a rant
cheapest.
every day about somebody didn't pick you up or dropped you off at the wrong
Oh yeah,
location.
you bet.
The car
Imagine if I
smell
had to
like
like
weed. It's like you have some kind of rant every day. You will not
I
be
know.
happy,
Imagine if
Peter.
I had to run off to all my pickleball games and squash games and I had to like call an Uber every time. Like
Yeah.
it would drive me insane.
No,
So
this is not something you want to do.
I don't think I could do it. But that
Yeah.
would, like at least the math that I've run, it would be cheaper. Because if you look at the cost of the vehicles and maintenance and gas and insurance and like it's just
Yeah.
more expensive.
Oh, it'd
But
definitely be
I don't want
less
to do it.
expensive. Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
not want to do it. So, the second cheapest option is buying a cheap electric car.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, depends on how you look at it. The next
Yeah.
cheapest option, frankly, would be to buy a used car and then just use the used car until it dies and buy another used car. But I don't really want to have some crappy used car that I got to
Deal
worry
with the.
about breaking down.
No, I'd rather get the cheapest new car. You can't just lease it, man.
See?
I'd
Then the
rather do
next
that.
one
I'm
is
not dealing with a hood and opening up the hood and what's going on. Just get the cheapest lease car you can. Don't deal with it.
yeah,
You know, more expensive, but again, it depends on what you want, right? It depends on what you want to deal with.
yeah,
What are you willing to trade off? You know.
yeah. All right, what's going
Um.
on here? Why can't I get sound here?
All right, here we
There it is.
go. All right, Trump is on. Do we have audio on this? I think this one is it.
What happened? Okay, come on, let's go live. Oh, here we go.
All right, there he is. Audio. Thought I had audio for this. Oh, getting an ad. Great time for the ad, Bloomberg. Don't I pay for you guys?
All
I
right.
pay for you
Well,
guys. Why am I getting an ad? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, disappeared. I don't know
okay.
what happened. Is he still on?
Who? Trump? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the feed I was watching too cut out. I had to go find another
Yeah.
one. So,
So that
anyways,
was
he
mine
is
too.
speaking.
Weird.
He's talking about well, all sorts of things. Talked about
That's
3 months
interesting.
of zero people coming through the southern border. So, but anyways, what's he talking about
Yeah,
here?
my feed got cut off for some reason. I don't know what happened there. Oh,
He's
interesting.
got a bunch of graphs that he's sort of waving around.
Okay.
Um, anyways, whole point here is he's going to deploy the National Guard. The market so far, not much of a reaction to this. God, look at AMD up here. It's
Yeah, Peter,
just,
I was actually going to ask you, and there's some questions in chat as well. AMD short, what are you thinking here? It looks like it's getting a
yeah,
little
it's it,
toppy.
it actually looks
Are
not
you
bad up
thinking?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
All right, I'm gonna take the rest off, man. We had I have so much little left now. There's no point in holding it for a pullback. Even if we get to 180, it's not worth the risk of holding through a pullback. So just gonna take everything off there, friends, and there it is. Wow, AMD trade. This was an epic trade, man. This is probably one of my best trades for the year. I have to confirm that, but this is very nice.
There you
Um,
go,
yeah,
Carlos. So happy. That's good.
good,
Maybe
man.
we need we need Andrew and Brian to be away more often. You got to step in and get
Oh,
these big
so
trades.
that's our big shoes to fill, man. No. It's our big shoes to fill. No, thank you. No. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, slam that thumbs up. We're sitting at 345. We're just missing 65 to get to 400. That's usually our goal. Remember, today we are giving away 5 audiobooks for Andrew. So stay tuned for that. We'll do the giveaway closer to 11. I'll let you know the hashtag to use for that once I turn it on. But yeah, we're going to be doing 5 audio giveaways. We gave out 5 on Friday. We're doing 5 every day, so your chances to win are very nice. And we're doing it for everybody. We're going to do it, I think last time we did it just for members. Today we're doing it for everybody. But members of the Lambos and Garbage Truck are going to get a slight advantage, right? You're going to get a slight advantage over the people that are not member. We're going to include everybody. So you guys stay tuned for that. So we'll do that close to 11. Stick around here. And yeah, what a great trading day. Hood looks to be breaking out here. PLTR was on the list. Apple looking decent. And Tesla. Guys, Tesla breaking half day. Yeah, members get 2 to 1. 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. I got to check. But it's going to be better than 2 to 1. 2 to 1 or better. I got to see what the software allows me to do. I'll do it here in front of you guys when we get a chance. And we'll do better chances for members, right? So, but at least everybody's in it. You know, we're not. David Harris likes 3 to 1, obviously, because you're a member, of course. But yeah, we'll make it. And we got so much to give away. We have, I think Andrew has like 50 to give away, right? So we'll do 5 each day. So your chances to win are pretty high. Pretty high. What happened to my feed? Are you still seeing the
Yeah,
feed with Trump?
yeah, yeah.
Where
I'm
are you
having
seeing
trouble.
it?
It won't stay live here, but yes, I've got 2 different feeds that I'm watching. There's the one directly from the White House YouTube
Okay.
feed, and then I've got one from some weird broadcasting network.
Hmm.
All right, come on, AMD. Let's see the drop here.
Yeah. Very
I
weird.
have I did go short.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping for a big drop. I don't like my entry, so I'm gonna move my stop to break even. It goes back up over. I might get in at a higher short at a higher price.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, memberships on Wednesday, guys, right? Membership will be Wednesday. So we're still doing that. That's not changing. We're not taking away. We're adding more. Some memberships on Wednesday. and some other deals that we have for you, right? So absolutely, absolutely. Um, all right, friends. What's going on? So tell me, what are you guys looking at? What are you guys as Paris says, boom. Yes, boom. Paris will be on
Boom.
at 11 in chat. So looking forward to see
Here
how
we
those
go.
guys
Here's the
did.
move.
Which one, Peter? What are you looking at?
Let me take a partial.
Oh wait,
What's going
you're in
on?
something?
What's that? Oh, crap.
What are you in?
Yeah, well, AMD short.
Oh, I did not know. I didn't hear you. Okay,
Uh,
nice. All right,
so
Peter in the action, baby. Let's get Peter's screen up so we can see what
this
he's
is what
doing.
my trading happens.
There you go,
So
man. Show him how it's done, Peter. So Peter here, short on AMD. I got your screen up.
yeah, it's come on,
Uh,
stock.
I don't see it there. Where is it?
Oh,
I got your
uh,
monitor. One of your monitors up. I can't tell which
yeah, I
one it
made
is.
him. Hold on a sec here. Let's change this up for
All right, let's see here.
short.
Short
I
AMD.
well, I went to add. I think I got excited, Carlos, when I
Oh
saw it start to
no.
drop. I went to try and add, and but it's okay.
Oh
Like it's
yeah.
not my whole size. I just partialed out some of what I did, right?
Oh yes. Right. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't take
So
out everything off everything. Correct.
so
Correct.
now I've
Okay,
got
that's good.
less size available because I was trying to add, instead I took some off.
Mm.
And now I gotta wait for it to get down to my moving average here, which would be 176.15
Right, right.
area
Okay.
before I
Good,
can
good,
take a
good.
partial, because now my risk to reward isn't as good.
No, yeah, you took some off. Yeah. Guys, great call here. AMD short. Peter's in, and wow, did I sell my shares to you? I think I did. Peter, I literally got out. That's the exact same candle you went short.
I noticed that. I
Wow.
noticed that.
I mean, to the T, my friend. Uh, Here it is. I'm show you guys my. Here's my all out, and look at Peter's. Look exactly where Peter entries is, right there. Same candle. So that's great. Great. All right, a lot of people short with you, Peter. Nagy is
Oh,
short
that's
with
good.
you. Nagy, it
That's
might be
what makes it
Nagy.
work. I need lots of people in with it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I like it.
Some people joining your short here. Uh, that's weird. Did Bloomberg get in trouble or something? Because they had the fee from Trump. They were showing it perfectly, and then just randomly just cut out and they put an ad. So they did not get permission to like stream the feed or something. That's weird. Because they usually always stream the feed live. It
Mm.
was very weird the way the cutoff happened. So interesting. Oh man, you're getting a good move here, Peter. Let's see if we can get down to 175 ish. Is where the VWAP is. 174.80. It's around that area. Robbie is streaming it? So what's going on with my feed? My Bloomberg feed is not showing it. Um, I find it very weird that Bloomberg. Right. Let me log in again. Maybe I'm behind on the live. Uh,
It's bouncing a little bit here just before my
Interesting.
partial area.
Uh, Time to relax is asking Peter, what's your target? Usually, I mean, you go for VWAP, but obviously you would take partials on the way down there, right? Is that usually your target VWAP or one of
Yeah,
the
so
moving averages?
the 50 moving average is almost always my first target, which is the red line. It was when I entered about 176. Uh, I'm sort of looking at. I mean, of course, it moves up right over time. Now it's 176.35. You can see how we came to that area, but not quite. Didn't quite touch it. Now we're bouncing back up. So I'm hoping I
Mhm.
don't get stopped out. That would suck. But. I said
That'd be
I
nice.
might sometimes take partials along the way, like where this bounce does make sense. Because if you look at earlier today, this was an area of resistance that became support, right?
Yeah.
So, and
Yep.
this would be a previous day high. I can tell by that red dotted line here. So this is when was this? This would be that was yesterday's or Friday's high
Mm-hmm.
was this point right here. So makes sense that it's bouncing. But I said anyways, because I sort of screwed up my entry. I probably would have taken a partial there if I hadn't accidentally taken a partial up here. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Of
sort of
course. Of course. Uh,
again, it's I was like, see, this happens. You got to stick to your rules. Instead, I got all excited by Carlos adding into a trade. I thought I'm going to add early because
yeah.
now that I
Yeah.
see it dropping, and I hit the wrong button.
Oh man. Yep. It
So,
happens. It had to happen
yeah,
to me
yeah,
2 weeks ago, right? We same thing. Like if you add or you take some off instead of closing everything out. Correct. Yeah.
yeah. So look, it's a good problem to have, right? I mean, I'm green. I'm in a trade.
Yep.
It's it's
Hopefully continue down here to 176. Looks like it wants to
yeah. I
drop.
want 176.
Yep. All right. We are one like away from 400. Awesome. Let's see if somebody trips over the
PLTR. What are
button.
you at Wills? Let's trade
Let's see
PLTR.
somebody. Peter, did you hit the like button on our
RJ
stream today?
RJNL. Yeah. Sorry.
Did you hit the like button on our stream today?
I have.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Absolutely.
I need one more. I just need
Absolutely.
one more for 400. We're almost there.
I see 411.
Oh, you did? Oh, so somebody beat us
See
to it. Okay,
424
awesome,
now.
guys.
See, we're
Ah,
trending. We're
beautiful,
going in the right direction.
beautiful.
We're
What's
good.
Trump saying? I can't get the feed for some reason. I'm being blocked.
Oh no?
I'm being blocked because of your
Oh.
comments, Peter. I don't understand.
Oh. What
I'm
have you
kidding.
done?
So kidding.
You should be able to
I
get
don't
it
know, but
here. Here's the. I'll
I'm
post it into
clicking
the
on.
chat room. There.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm not
That's the
getting
White
it.
House feed right there. It's
Okay.
working for me. Uh,
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's weird.
he seems to still be talking about he's going to fix DC in 3 months. That's what I'm reading the simulcast here.
Yeah, I got it now. See it here. All right, friends, we're coming up at 11
Yes.
o'clock. Let's do our raffle. We're gonna give away 5 audiobooks courtesy of Andrew. For those that have got the book already, make sure to give a honest review. That's one of the most important things that he looks for is an honest review, and he reads every single one of them. So, give you honest review on the book. It's greatly appreciated. So, um, let's let's do it. Let's get our giveaway set, and we'll get 5 lucky winners here. Um, and we'll get you guys set up. So do that now. We'll do it live. Where is our? I think something happened with this. My stream deck froze. Just gonna connect it again. Hold on. Let me turn it on. I'm gonna turn it on now. And you gotta do the hashtag BBT in chat. Let me turn it on so you guys can see it. All right, here we go. Um. Hmm. We'll bring this up manually because my stream deck froze. So where is it?
What else we got?
All right. All right. So one second, guys, we'll set it up and then we'll get rocking and rolling. All right, here it is. So, all right, we are going to do keyword next. We'll pick 5 winners. So no moderators, no regular, just channel members, and we'll do unique winners, and then we'll do hashtag
Unique
now
wieners.
winners, now wieners, winners. Okay, it's hashtag
Huh.
BBT, and let me
Winners.
see down here. Subscriber VIP luck, no. So subscriber is, this is memberships, right? If you're part of the member, you're gonna get. We'll do times 2. That's, how many can you do? Oh, that's crazy. All right, we'll do times 2. There we go. Maybe we'll do times 3 the first one. Yeah, let's do times 3. Give you guys a nice chance to win if you are a member. Then the rest will do times 2. All right, here it is. Here's the first one. Let me start it in. Put your hashtag in, and there are the names. So 163 entries so far. We'll give this just a minute, and then we'll roll it 5 times here, and see who our winners are for today. Nvidia coming back a little bit here, Peter. Almost to your entry.
Yep. I think I'm
That's
going to give it a
that's
little bit of room here.
yeah. I would as well. Might as well. Apple, PLTR, Hood, Tesla. Tesla's been on like the verge of breaking out here, but it's not doing it. Not doing it. All right, wait. Let's try. Here's the first one. Here we go. Choose a winner. Sap, our good buddy Sap Ryder. Look at you, man. You came in late. You got lucky. You came late today too. I remember when you said good morning. I was like, dude, it's like 10 o'clock. So congratulations, man. Send me an email. We'll get you set up. All right, let's roll it. Actually, you know what? We'll have to leave it. I can't change it now. So let's roll it again. Pierre Oliver. Pierre Olivier. Pierre Olivier. That's French.
Olivier.
Olivier. There you go. So that's French, right?
Olivier. Wait.
All right. Yes, it is French. There you go.
I mean, yes.
Or at least.
Jeez, that was weird.
All right. Excellent. Congrats, my friend. All right, let's do one more here. 2 more, actually. Will E. Will E. Congratulations. There we go. And then 2 more now. All right, 2 more, guys. Let's see what else we have. Mehdi, you won already. You won. I gotta take. Yeah, you won. So you actually got your book. So I'm gonna skip you. We'll do 2 more. JJ Beaver, congrats. All right, there you go. And last one, here it is, friends. Let's get it in. Taylor Jagar, good man. He was one of the first people that joined the Lambos and garbage truck. He was one of the first.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the first ones. So he's got the seniority there. All right, congrats, guys. Send me an email, carlos@bearwithtraders.com. Send me an email, and we will get you guys your link for your ebooks. So congrats. Again, we'll do this every day, five giveaways every day, and then we'll do our membership giveaway are going to be Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay, so awesome. All right, very good, very good. All right, up next, Gary in chat, Paris as well, and I believe Thor on YouTube. So guys, take care. Congrats to those winners, and
congrats. It's great.
I'll wait for you guys to hop in before we leave. I don't want to leave it silent, so I'll wait for these guys to join, then we'll switch over.
Janine, can anyone share a mod schedule? Well, you should be able to find that right on our website.
Okay. You have the book already, Tyler. Can I offer you a week membership? We could do that. Email me. Week membership? Yeah, let's see if we could do that. Because you have the book already? You bought the book. All right. Email me. We'll figure something for you, man. Awesome. If you got the book, man. You know what? I want to see pictures. Let's see pictures of you guys with the book and your because you guys get to see us and we don't get to see you. It's not fair. It's not fair, man. That's not fair. Love to see you guys. So take a picture of the book, send it to us so we can showcase it here. Maybe you can put a little thing together out on YouTube. We need that, man. We need that. James, send a picture. Get the book, send a picture. We need that. I think that'd be awesome. All right, so let's see if we could do that. All right, friends. Let's oh yes, we could send you another Taylor, we'll send you another book. Let me know which one you have. We'll send you a different book. Andrew just confirmed he's got a couple. Right, so we could send you another one. All right, friends, I'm gonna hop off from the chat. Take care, guys. Have a great trading day. You guys did awesome today on a lot of trades there. Paris and Gary up next in chat. So take care, guys. Have a good one.
Have a great day, everybody. I'm still hanging in AMD, by the way. It's just moving sideways, so
Oh, did it come
hopefully
back
this
for
will work
you?
out.
Oh, hopefully it drops. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's
All right.
just sitting there. So,
Excellent.
all
All
right,
right.
take care, everybody. Trade smart.
Where I'm getting some audio. Where's this audio coming from? Is that you, Peter, with the audio? Where I'm getting that audio from? I can't.
I
Oh.
I was able to hear Thor.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I see.
I can
I
hear you.
see. Yep. I see. I'm turning
Yeah,
on
yeah,
all kinds of different
yeah.
mics.
You're in the right place, Thor.
All right. Let me get. Yep. I gotta turn him on over here. Thor, my good buddy. 1 second. We'll get you rocking and rolling. I can't see. Oh, because it's not Thor. It's Nathan. Oh, it is
And
Thor
Nathan is
and
also
Nathan.
here. Nathan's
Oh,
here. Nathan's here. We're hanging.
we got the duel.
We're
Beautiful
coming
thing,
in.
man. Coming in hot. All right, let me get you guys in here. All right, I hear you, Thor. Now, excellent, Nathan. I hear you, Nathan. Who's better? Who's better? And you gotta take a minute to answer. I don't want you to jump the gun right away. Who is better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan? Take a minute. Don't
What's
jump the
what?
gun.
That's a question? You're
Who's
asking me?
better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan?
Oh,
Take
come
some
on, man.
time.
Come on, man.
All right.
I mean,
All right, hold on. Before
come
he
on
answers,
now.
chat room, you cue on this too. Chat room, LeBron James or Jordan. Go.
Oh yeah, let's go there.
I mean, I grew up in Illinois in the 80s and 90s, so I guess I'm a little partial, a little biased, but just go watch
Yeah,
the highlight reel. Go watch
We
the
got
Jordan
a
mixtape.
we got a whole lot of MJ all days coming in right now.
Yeah, just go watch the MJ mixtape on YouTube, and
yeah, yeah.
your mind will be blown.
I
That's all I say.
let me see you guys. I can't
I'm a
bring you
little
guys in for
offended,
some
Carlos,
reason.
if you're even asking that.
Hold on, I gotta reset this because I can't switch the screen over for some reason. So give me a second. I'm gonna close Stream Deck and restart it. No, I'm a Jordan fan, man. I'm a Jordan fan. I grew up watching Jordan.
I know you're from
Uh,
New York, and he abused the Knicks quite a
yeah,
bit. So.
but I was not really a Knicks fan. I was never a Knicks fan. Um, but no, yeah, I'm a big Jordan fan, man. But I appreciate greatness. You know, like I appreciate the LeBrons. I appreciate the Kobe
I do too.
Bryants. You know, and I think let me see. Why can I? Wow, for some reason I can't switch over to you guys. But we'll figure this out here.
This is just the stock world saying Nathan and I get a day off. So all you, Carlos, 11 to 12. Since
No, no,
just
no, no,
kidding,
no.
just
I'm ready,
kidding,
ready
just.
for my break.
I know
But
you are, man. With the live trade today, by the way, loving
oh, thank
that
you, man.
orb you played on AMD was freaking that was gorgeous, man. I love how you got that right above VWAP. I mean, perfect little buy
Yeah,
there, held through the breaks, sweet partialing, even an ad. I think I saw.
I don't normally add, man. I got to add into
I
this.
mean
That
this
was
this
awesome.
guy was flowing.
That was awesome. That's
Everyone's
some
ready
of
for us to switch. They just feel like Peter's
yeah,
been
Peter's
staring at everybody nonstop.
I'm just gonna redo this
I'm
screen.
even getting freaked out by myself. Come on, man. We gotta
Yeah,
change the picture.
Peter, blink a little bit, please. You're scaring us.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Oh my god.
All
uh,
right.
No, Rue's just like, what's going on here?
yeah, you know what? Earlier today, I heard a ding, like something went ding, and I'm like, "What was that?" And my Stream Deck got disconnected from the streaming computer, and then since then, I can use it to switch. So I'm doing manually here.
Oh
Get
man,
you guys
random
on.
USB droppage is like the worst. That happens to
I
my
think
microphone sometimes on my computer. I'll just be
right.
talking, all of a sudden I'm just like,
Right. I think something like that's what took place here. So I'm gonna just set up the screen with you guys here.
For anybody that's never done like live, streaming, it is disconcerting. I can't tell you the number of times where I've looked at my own frozen picture, and you know how you move your head side to side? I'm like, is that actually me? What's wrong with me? Why am I not
Yeah,
moving? And you
it's
have to figure
delayed
out if it's
and
live or not. You're like, you think you would know because it's me, but sometimes I even look at that and I'm like, wait a second.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think I have that expression at the moment.
Is that my normal face, or is
Yeah,
that
exactly. Is that what I look like? Oh my god.
It is interesting.
I'm really hoping I look better than this on camera. Hey, it's me.
Yeah.
From a long time ago, me though. Oh, there. Now it's live me. Oh, yep.
We're gonna put you in here. All right, I just redid the screen here. All right, excellent, guys. Guys, take care. I'll be here if you need me.
All right, thanks.
All right. Beautiful. I think we're coming in here. I don't think my screen. Oh, there it is. Oh no, it showed it live for a second, then it clicked to like an old version for a second. Who's Chief Wiggum?
Is that from The Simpsons? Still a great show.
Oh, that's right. That's funny.
Hey, INT.
He's from The Simpsons, isn't he?
Yeah, I see this. No, not Chief. The Doctor in The Simpsons. Okay, I feel like that was a good pullback there, whatever that was. You know, Peter can ban you from the room if you say like mean thing. I'm just kidding. You can't even complain because you have to hand him the complaint letters. So real quick before I get going, for some reason the YouTube looks like it's just flipping back and forth for me, like between my screen and like an old screen and a new screen. I'm just going to kill my share for a second, and I'm going to reshare and see if that doesn't clean that up, because that's what we do sometimes, and it seems to work. Hold on, let's try that again.
It's like we're about to hit a stop run again. Thank you.
There we go. All right, that looks better. So I'm short M2K right now. It was really the only thing I was liking today as far as futures go. We set up under R3 very nicely. It was a narrow range, so it was sloppy, and I did take one stop trying to get in. But I'm in it now, and I'm going for S6 on this thing to the downside. So that's kind of my play today. If I hit this target, it'll be a nice green day for me. Otherwise, I do have my stop actually pulled down on top of VWAP. If we come back up and buy through VWAP, that should give me a couple $100. That'll be enough to offset my loss before. But with our ATR being narrow, or our range being narrow, the expectation is we will run out the downside, which is why my little check mark is down here at S6. So I'm holding on and seeing what happens. We did find a buyer at S3, which is not amazing, but I really like my position, and I think I've got premium here, so I don't really want to get rid of it unless I need to. So it looks pretty sweet. So I'll go on that, and then and that's me. That's all I'm up to today. Nathan, did you get any trades in this morning?
No, I have not gotten into anything.
Yeah, slow morning, right?
Yeah, it's a Monday, that's for sure.
So I think our order structure is shifting to the downside right now on NQ. It seems like we're tiering more orders to the downside and taking on lots of selling. But interestingly enough, it's being absorbed.
Well, it's interesting, Thor. I'm looking at NQ, and it seems like the last probably 3 times we've been on, this exact same structure has shown up while we've been on. And so it's kind of interesting. I have to go back and look at some of the recordings.
I wonder if this is like a common like midday structure. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's starting to seem like it, because I feel like we've talked about this
a
dozen times already.
Yeah. But like, to me, I think that the book looks more bearish than bullish for me on the Qs. But here we are again, kind of doing that same thing. So let's see here. Can you please check the book for LLY? Of course. Man, how fun was that our spot gamma thing yesterday? I thought that, or the other day, not yesterday, the other day. That was so cool.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. What did you guys think about JT?
Yeah. Hey, everyone in the room, did y'all like the spot gamma? How do you guys feel about us having him back on, like maybe next month? trying to get him on again. Is that something that is of appeal to y'all? Y'all like that now that he's not here listening? Y'all really liked having him. Very cool. Okay. I only needed like one or two people to say it. I was already going to do it anyway. So, because I liked him. You can't find Russell in Bookmap. Russell will be under Y2K or M2K.
Or you can
sorry.
do the RTY too.
RTY if you're doing full size, or M2K if you're doing right there. So JP, we're putting together basically a schedule, and I need some help from the room too, because I'm trying to come up with a fun name for Mondays because we don't really have a Monday. But I figured we're going to start doing like technical Tuesdays. So what I mean by that is I'm always going to try and bring in a technical trader if I can on Tuesdays to talk about technical trading. So, this would be like maybe having Carlos back on. I'm going to have Gary L on tomorrow, actually. And then, maybe even like a Jared. I might try and get Jared to come out and do a show with us. Just like bring in, so I'm always going to try and bring in a technical trader to do like technical Tuesdays. And, we'll spend more time talking about market fundamentals, how much I like the F word. But, we'll go through all of that and make sure you guys all know the things. And then, Wednesdays, we're going to devote to psychology. So at least for the immediate future, we've got Dr. V booked in and coming by every week. So we're going to be doing a promotion for her, as you guys have been seeming to enjoy. Thumbs up if you want me to do this for Dr. V. I was thinking about sponsoring an hour session. It can be for trading or your personal psychology, whatever you want. But just to generate some traffic into the room, I was thinking about sponsoring an hour of her time for and do a drawing in here. So if that's something that would appeal to everybody, maybe come by on Wednesday. And I was thinking about on Wednesday doing that. So I still got to work out some particulars, but I think that would be pretty cool to do. So for anyone who's interested in that, make sure you're here on Wednesdays. Thursdays are Thursdays. So basically any day you want to come by and just ask me questions. It's more like the mentoring category where I'm just going to talk to you about my perspective, my system, my things to make sure for anyone who just wants to learn CAMs and wants to learn from me, you'll have that once a week. And then Fridays will be Bookmap basically, or we call them DOM days, right? Depth of market. So we'll talk all things Bookmap, spot gamma, L2, anything you want to talk about when it comes to actually reading the order book or the market flow. We can do those on which is better than a flow Friday. That sounded really bad, but yeah, so that should be our schedule. So good, got some good thumbs up for the V. So I appreciate everybody. Always make sure just to get the little, the little thing out of the way. Oh, sorry, on the Dr. V, that one is going to be for subscribers to the channel, for members of the garbage trucks and group. So if you're a paid subscriber, that's going to be specifically who that drawing is going to be for the Dr. V time, because that's going to have to be sponsored. So we got to make sure that works out properly. So if you've been looking for a reason to get signed up, for that part at least, could be another good reason. So cool. Looks like we're getting a little bounce here off of S3 again on Nathan on this thing on 2K, but on LLY. Someone was asking, I would say the order book on LLY actually looks quite bullish right now. It looks like it wants to rally. Large buying is clearing the downside is clearing as we see large buying into large asks above. So generically, this is going to be associated with upward movement. So, yeah, that would be my read there.
Yeah, the buying on Russell's pretty weak though.
Yeah, I really think I've got the right position on this one.
But it also made that higher low and now it's starting higher high, so you can see. And somebody was asking about AMD, and it looks very, very bullish. especially on the book. It was almost, AMD was looking like it was wanting to gain some exhaustion on the buy side, but now it started to lift again.
Nice, Big. I like that idea. AMD likely will not be a good trade now. For those of you who are kind of still looking at AMD, I mean, it's not that it wasn't a good trade, but generically tickers that are this strong don't have reversals. So we've made new highs after 1030 and we've broken high. It's not that we can't reverse, but generically I would expect this reversal to come back maybe to VWAP or R4 and then go back to the high near R6 and just chop this upper range more or less for the rest of the day. You'll also notice on the candles here, on the ghosts, that we have zero candle color down here, right? None of our candles are filling in, and that's because we have very low volume. So we're in a consolidatory phase. So if we are going to sell, it's certainly not right now because we haven't seen evidence of selling. All we've seen is very large buying as we moved up. But since we've been up here, we don't see any indication of large selling. So even with the Qs being quite weak right now, AMD is still resisting the opportunity to sell. So I would, for me, AMD is probably not going to be an ideal ticker to try and target for the rest of the day. Like you've missed it. Like if you wanted to play AMD, you missed it. It happened already. Carlos got it. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I think didn't Peter get it too?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they both did.
If you were playing AMD, you'd just be scalping the fade.
Yeah, exactly. Just scalp the fade if you're going to play it. Like go short if it comes back against you at all. Just get out of it. No, AMD is bullish to me still. Or it
Yeah, I
was
mean,
when
the
I looked
book,
at it.
it's the structure on the downside is filling in a little bit, but I mean, looking at the book, it's so the ladder to the top side is just filled in so well that it's hard to think it won't at least try to get up to 180. I think somebody asked about one of your favorite things in the world, Thor.
Hmm?
Asking about VPA.
Yeah. It is one of my favorite things in the world. So someone was asking about Tesla. Thor, do you mind telling about VPA? Man, yeah, that's a subject. So yeah,
Now we have a
I can
topic from this. I mean,
we can definitely talk about VPA. So backstory. So volume and price analysis is kind of like an extension of reading price action. So what happens generically when you first learn to trade, what you do is you read candle patterning, right? So by reading a candle, you basically can see where premium value and discount is from minutes to 5 minutes to dailies. This is why candles are so fun, right? Because they really allow you to see interim price action and make judgments pretty quickly on where we found sellers and where we found buyers. And that's really, really helpful, right? However, there's another element to it that is significantly more enlightening, and that is volume, right? When you add in volume to the mix, right, you get kind of a new definition, because what you start to realize is that an engulfing candle isn't a strong candle, right? An engulfing candle is just a candle that moved really far, right? And it moved further than the price. But an engulfing candle by itself doesn't actually make anything stronger or weaker. It's the volume in which the candle forms that gives you the signal. So for some really prolific authors out there, I recommend Anna Cooling, A Complete Guide to Volume and Price Analysis. Great book. I also have a very dense volume and price analysis section in my book, if you haven't purchased it. And it's a complete day trading system, not to be confused with Trade Book, How to Build a Complete Day Trading System. It's just a complete day trading system. So keep your So there's also a very, deep, VPA chapter in mine as well. And then, but what we do now is we can utilize VPA to determine whether or not a price movement is genuine or not, right? So for instance, if you're looking here, right, on Tesla, Tesla has a very bullish order book right now, right? It has nothing but large orders to the top side. It has no downside structure that is available, right? So this thing looks like it wants to go up. If you look at the volume, when you see the big red volume on the sell candle, look, it's a small truncated stuffed candle. When you look at the big buy volume, it's a large candle that closes above the 50% marker. You know what I mean? So as the volume pulls back, some people would think about playing a reversal here, but you shouldn't. Why? There's no volume, right? All the volume is hitting on the buy side or being absorbed when we sell, right? With a bullish book, this ticker's a long, right? So if it goes short from here, which it might do, but you can't make that assertion yet. If you went short right now, it would be a guess. You would just be saying, hey, I think it's not going up, so I'm going to just go short here, right? The only way to go short would be to see a big volume spike like that, but have it be a large engulfing red candle. And then you could watch the reoffer. And if the reoffer is weak, right, you could short that reoffer. Right. So by adding VPA to the mix, you will keep yourself out of a lot of positions and keep yourself in a lot of positions, because this same methodology can be used for holding, right? You're not nervous about getting out of a position on Tesla right now. Why? Because the order book is still very strong and we're buying, right? So there's no reason to get out of this ticker right now. It can change, but it hasn't yet. So you just sit back and relax and hang out. You know what I mean? If you see a big sell come in and it really hits, well, then so be it. You know what I mean? Then you get out. But for now, any sell attempt is immediately absorbed and we're pushing towards large orders. So just a little basic overview on VPA. In BBT behind the paywall, I have multiple webinars on volume and price analysis as well. So just kind of keep that in mind. How do you play narrow pivots, long or short side? Narrow doesn't have anything to do with long or short. It just means inside or outside. If we have a wide range, we prefer to play inside the range. If we have narrow ranges, we prefer to play outside. So like right now, that's the reason why my target is down near S6, right? Because I'm short from way up here because I'm going all the way across, and my plan is that we're going to go outside the range down to near where the ATR low is, which is way down here. Right. So if IP2K moves the distance it's supposed to move today, it will go all the way down to near 2200. Right. And I'm running a little bit more than a 4-to-1 in front of S6. All right. When you say upside or downside order structure, it means the same thing as ladders you used, right? Yep, Phoenix. Set up your screen tutorial. No, I wouldn't say I have that. Let's see. Nathan's getting his comments in. I can see texting. Good job, buddy. I don't really pay attention to earnings, to be honest, Sunita. Nathan, do you look at earnings at all? Someone was asking a comment on KLO. Do you pay attention to that too much?
No, I mean, playing earnings, man. I mean, that's people that can do that are they have a system and it works. But for me, it doesn't work. I will only play earnings if I have traded that stock during the day and I have shares left over, already done well on it. Then I may play it into earnings to see.
Yeah, I've seen you do that a couple of times. So I agree with what you're saying there. Like my thought is if you're putting a system together, you're kind of doing the same thing, trying to do this, like find something, at least my system, it's doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting the same result. So in stocks, when you're playing range positions, it's like you're playing the same over and over again until it doesn't. It all really lines up. I feel like a lot of these earnings plays are basically you're taking like 2 or 3 times a year, right? Where this ticker just does something wildly unusual. And then, it's like trying to surf a tsunami. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so much easier if there's, or surfing an avalanche or skiing an avalanche, I should say, right? So much easier to go out and just ski down some nicely formed powder than it is to try and ski while there's an avalanche. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like when you're playing earnings, that's kind of what you're trying to do. I switched that to skiing, by the way, because Nathan lives in a place where you ski, not in a place where you surf. So I thought that analogy would line up better.
I like that. I like that better. Yeah. Actually, never been surfing.
Yes, Dan. Dan, Nathan, maybe you can answer this one for me. Give you a little chat time. Dan's asking, as a beginner trades, is it important to learn level 2? Thank you, Nathan and Thor.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You definitely need to learn to read the book. It's so you have two participants in the market that you really want to pay attention for, and that's your passive participants, which are your limit orders on the book. So on book map, that's your your lines going across the heat map. And then your aggressive participants are the market orders that move the market through those limit orders. And you need to be able to read both. You need to be able to read price action, and you need to be able to read the book so you can get an idea of what the bias is and what the intention is, and how you're stacked. And somebody just asked about OKLO, and I'm looking at it right now. They were saying, can you look and see how it would play into earnings? It's got a huge order up at 80, and then a lot of nice stacked orders down low. So it's looking very bearish. And we've been selling most of the day, kind of stalling here a little bit, but I see a lot of red dots. And you need to be able to put all of that together. And yes, reading the book in the level 2 is a skill that you do.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry.
You need to get an idea.
Going off in the hotel. 1 second, I'm going to mute.
With OKLO, it's hard to sell. We've been selling all day, especially since the open. It's stacked in the downside. And if you want to know how to play it into earnings, keep zooming out of the book. And if we keep getting a bunch of red dots and that book continues to build on the downside, then it's looking pretty bearish. But sometimes when those earning releases come out, it's just an excuse for the dealers to do what they want with the stock. And so sometimes those algorithms just go crazy. They'll swing one way and then they'll jump the other way and try to get people in. It'll swing back down. So just keep watching the book. And if you have a position in it that you want to play into earnings, yeah, I'd say go ahead and play it. But just keep zooming out. Keep looking at the book on both sides. Now we have an order coming in at 84 that got moved up from 83.50. But as far as price action close by, yeah, we're definitely bearish. Did Thor have an alarm go off? So let me catch up. I'm probably behind on questions. Big wrestler. You could see AMD going sideways for the rest of the session. Yeah, it needs to break out of the consolidation that it's in. I feel like we talk about this all the time when during these sessions too. Is it's just got a ton of consolidation right here since about 10:45 or so, and it needs to break out of this one way or the other. But if you're looking to go short, you've got a lot of support, you've got a lot of imbalance gaps to the downside, so you've got a lot that it would have to run through in order to make that a good trade. And if you're wanting to play a short, let it get up higher, get a better entry, watch the volume profile. You want a weak push up into that area. You don't want to see these shorts stopping out. You want to see that they're still in the trade and they're willing to short more up into that area. So you want to see that weak test up into there. You don't want to see a lot of volume. That means these sellers are stopping out, and then it come back and retest on a weak retest, and then it's going to break out. Just watch the volume. And of course, the book is extremely bullish. So, but if you want to go long, we need to break higher out of this consolidation, come back, weak retest, and then the volume start to pick up as it starts to lift, and that could give you a good entry. But you're at the premium for AMD if you're willing to go long. So you're going to buy high, trying to go higher. So just be aware of that. So, Zach, is DXV data better than NASDAQ total view data? When I look when I used to use just a level 2, I would look at the NASDAQ total. DX feed, what you can get through Bookmap, it'll contain, what is it? It's NASDAQ and EdgeX. So you do get a lot more information going with the DX feed on Bookmap. I know Bookmap also now has Bookmap data for stocks. I haven't tried that out yet, but I do believe DX feed is better than NASDAQ total feed. Because from what I see on level 2s, what I used to see on level 2s versus DX feed on Bookmap, it showed a lot more orders. Like a lot of the orders were hidden. So, and here on AMD, we're breaking over that consolidation, but we're picking up volume. So people are stopped out. We're picking up some stops. So some of those shorts aren't going to be in here to support that short trade anymore. But that's what that volume is from that we just got over these highs around 177.70. We hit some stops. So, let's see, any questions? Does Bookmap show the white print? No, Bookmap only, Phoenix Bookmap only shows the market orders on the limit orders. So it's the aggressive participants, your market orders, your volume dots, interacting with those passive participants that have their orders on the order book. So it doesn't show the institutional trades. It can be between the spread. On futures, you really don't get those. So it'll show everything. But yeah, that's why your volume could be different on Bookmap versus what you would see on a chart. Let's see, Matthew, you think of MES book? Let me see, let me bring it up. It looks pretty bullish, especially with trying to lift right now and getting into VWAP. Actually, it looks pretty thin. The book actually just looks pretty thin on MES today. Does ES look a little better? ES, the book on ES actually looks a little better today than MES. The book on ES looks very bullish. Let's see what that ladder looks like. Yeah, we're looking pretty bullish on ES right now. Although we're dying off, I think the volume's really dying off. Also into some consolidation. Yeah, we're looking pretty bullish, even though our buying is dropping off a little bit, but looks like we want to get up to out to 64, 25, 25. See, need to check the book map for CRCO. Yeah. Oh, hold on, Thor's messaging me. Let me check. There's a fire alarm going off where he's at, so he'll be back in just a little bit. See CRCL. I don't know, Carlos, you want to bring up my screen? Am I still sharing it?
I got you, brother. I'm switching it now.
Okay. Oh, no worries. Thor said he'll be back in a little bit. CRCL looks very algoy. It looks like it's just trading since we got this breakout around a little after 10. And what I mean by this, as soon as Carlos brings me up, I'll show you. I don't like the volume on CRCL. The book is bullish for sure. Got a little bit that needs to fill in between 170 and 175. We got a nice order block right there from 168 to 170. So let's see, we got some orders being pulled from up top. This might even be an iceberg up there around 170. But I don't like the volume. And I definitely don't like how these candles look, especially when you have the space between the bodies. with good volume, these candles should look like this over to the left. The bodies are all connected. There's no real space, which means when this candle opened, price dropped down because of the lack of volume. And I don't like seeing that. And when you start to look straight across lines and you're getting a lot of opens and closes and wicks hitting right into the same lines, that's indication that really just the algos are trading this right now. And there's not any retail participation. So if you're looking for momentum and playing momentum, you need that retail participation because they can bring the volume. And it looks like we lost all that volume right after about 10:05 or so. Right after we got up, almost hitting 170. Everybody moved on to something else or they were done trading for the day. And now you're just getting this algo activity. Here we hit some stops there. Then we picking up a buyer, but it's pretty weak. I would expect it just to chop around in here forever. If you're looking to go long on this, you'd need a breakout over these highs. Again, a weak retest. But the retail participation needs to come back in, and that's looking at the VPA and the volume. And large green dots like this coming in through here. Other than that, you're just going to be trading with the algos, and all they're going to be doing right now, because there's no volume, is just trading with each other back and forth, just like you're seeing here. And these candles look nasty. I wouldn't be interested in this. You're welcome, Matthew. Thor is he's traveling around. Like he's getting an opportunity to travel around and do some different things that he hadn't been able to do in a long time. And so he's trying to just have some fun, and get some stress released and having a good time. But yeah, he's traveling around a lot. He used to not do this so much, but I'm happy for him. He's doing great. Mara just got some volume. I might pronounce this wrong. Shariza, if I pronounce it that right. How can you set up order book? Are you talking about bookmap? How to set up bookmap? Yeah, let me, Matthew, I'll look at MES. CRCO. So, I mean, when you are trading the futures and looking at ES and MES, the biggest thing here is the books are going to look different. Pull some smaller orders out. We are looking semi-bullish on MES, and the problem is these order gaps aren't filled in quite as much. And this book looks very thin to me. And by thin, I'm talking about the passive limit orders on the book. They're not really sticking out. There's a lot of gaps in between, and the orders just don't look as large as they normally do. The book's not filled in anywhere, topside or downside, significantly. And it's just kind of the indication that there's even not a lot of passive participants right now in ES. So we need to start bringing those in. And then here we'll look at ES just a little bit different. You can see how their books look just a little bit different. Let me get them on about the same time frame. So here's our MES books. Looks very thin. And then our ES book. Yeah, that kind of looks algo, like a lot of algos trading here, right into that same area. The ES books look better. Like it's filled in a little bit more. So it's not quite as thin as MES. And Bookmap does have something that I use quite a bit. It's called multi-book. So you can combine the ES and MES books together to get one map. And I do that. I just don't have it on right now. But you can see it would be good for a day like today, just because we're so thin on the MES book. So it would probably be better to look at the ES book today. Yeah. Get out of that. There we go. Apple heading to PDC. Look to see what. Yeah, it is. It's trying to. Yeah, it's buying right up there off of S4. Looks like it might be getting some exhaustion. This might be fun to look at. Let's see. This is what I'm going to talk about. Exhaustion is what I'm going to talk about today in my noon webinar. The webinar room. If you want to come to that, we're going to talk about some exhaustion. Why won't that? There we go. So let's look at Apple. Oh, wow. Not exhaustion, but we got absorption. You can see how much volume is here. So who knows the difference between exhaustion and absorption? Does anyone know? Slide this over. Yeah, that's really nice absorption right here, even on the sell side. You're big wrestler. That's pretty funny. The difference is volume. So absorption, you're going to have a lot of volume right through here. That's an anomaly right here. A lot of volume, very tiny candle. Again, absorption. Exhaustion, you won't have much volume. You'll push into a level. The dots are going to get a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. The ask is going to lift and lift. And you'll even see it here. You can see here how we lift this ask. It took it away. Hold on. How we lifted the ask here just a little bit higher. We didn't get any participation. But you'll see that the green dots just smaller and smaller, and the volume isn't coming in. So as we're breaking over this high here, that volume should be picking up to extend that move. And if it's not, then you're exhausting the buy side. Buyers are not coming in to lift the price anymore. So that it can indicate, a possible trend reversal, something to look for. You want that volume to pick up so you start to break over highs. And if it's not picking up, then it looks like it's exhausted. It may need to fade back and find another buyer. But just something to be watch out for. But the difference between the two is the volume. Here we might be getting some exhaustion. See how our volumes really dropped off all of a sudden as we started to lift. Now, if we break this high, that volume picks up. That would be looking good for a continuation. But as we start to offer here, and we have some orders coming on the downside of the book, but overall, we're looking pretty bullish. But now you would be looking, if you're still long, you want to know if this is going to break out and continue higher. Just need to watch this high and make sure that volume picks up. If that volume doesn't pick up and the dots become smaller, and anytime some selling comes in, price drops, that could be the indication that we've exhausted our buyers and now we have to go jig down around these swing lows to try to find another one. And that's where you'd play that fade. That's where playing a fade versus a reversal comes into play. A fade would be something you're looking for a short move instead of a large all-day move, and you're just scalping into those areas. Let's see. So to set up the order book, you just need to download Bookmap from their website. Actually, in the course that's coming out, I have a whole section on going through how to download it and set it up. And then I would just get used to it. Just get used to watching it. And the two things just to watch and screen record. I am a huge believer in screen recording and looking back to watch things because you're going to see things later. You can rewind, you can fast forward, you can find specific things, and you're gonna start to learn what they are and see them. And most of the time when you start seeing stuff on here, you really can't unsee it. Especially like stacking, absorption, exhaustion, and things like that. And I would just get used to reading the book and understanding what a bearish book looks like, what a bullish book looks like. Here we're saying bullish as we look at this section here, and then we look down about the same distance, and we're void. And our orders to the downside are smaller. So the market makers serve customers. Where are all the customers? They're here. So they want to lift and get into this area because they're going to make more money than they will trying to get down here. It's easier to go here than it is here at the moment. But you need that participation. So here, let's see if we get this exhaustion. It's building to exhaustion, but the important part is going to be the break of this high. We can even lift up and not break it or just get kind of right to it and that volume drops off. Then you're going to watch what happens when any selling comes in. And if the price starts to drop heavy when selling comes in, that's the indication that we've exhausted our buyers and we've got to go find more. And the place we're going to find more is where we bought before. So down here would be the first place. But you can see we came back here to try to find a buyer to lift. So now we're trying to lift and get that retail participation in, and it's really struggling. You know, exhaustion would also be called struggling volume. If you've read Thor's book, he talks about that in there. But that would be where you get that struggling volume. Like this looks like stopping volume. So a lot of volume, big red candle, broke the low, push price down. So now instead of going sideways on selling, that's our first real big move down on selling. So you're looking to see if this seller is still here. Are they willing to sell more? And that's why when the red dots come in, what happens to price? Let's see. This is actually pretty good. I'm glad we're getting this. All right, we're lifting. But then Shiraz also, besides the book, just learning if we're buying or selling by reading the dots and then matching that up with the VPA on the chart. So, and just watching price action, just watching, learning some things. Come here, you know, we'll teach you some things to look out for and what those look like I'm teaching right now. This is looking more and more like exhaustion. See how we're deviating in our volume? We're exhausting. And now those red dots are coming in. Now those red dots need to impact price action. So you need to see that movement down, especially on this low. So the next 1 minute low needs to extend like this. To get that 1 minute low, you need that extension and that volume to come in. Because right now it looks like we've exhausted our buying. And so they're going to come back and jig and they're going to try to find those buyers where they found them before. And you're looking at your swing lows. So if it were me, I would be setting my alerts on these swing lows, and then I would be coming back and looking at everything. So there's a low, but no real movement. So we're not really getting an aggressive seller in here. We want to see something like this. You see how aggressive they came in and just dropped price? They hit it, absorbed everything, the bid just dropped. And then anytime buying came in, nothing really happened. The selling really hit. You're wanting that to happen again here to indicate that this seller's still in. And right now, that 1 minute low isn't convincing. There's no good extension in that. Let's see, Matthew, can you show me us once more if your screen is not sharing? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought I should. So MES, just then, now we're getting that void to the downside. Looks like we may have found a buyer in the market, which is interesting with Apple. Apple's starting to really deviate from the buying right now. It's just not lifting. So let's see if we fill this in. We're filled in pretty good to the top side now. And ES, I remember we were pretty bullish. Yeah, so the ES book looks a lot better. It's interesting that this order hasn't come back on yet. So I would expect this to start to build a little bit and a little bit faster. It's just not quite building. But if the market continues to buy, it can bring Apple up with it. But it's interesting now that Apple is deviating. And it's not making new highs like NQ and ESR. But it could pop. You know, we've got some stops up here as well. So if it breaks through, that volume needs to pick up. And if it doesn't, that means that seller's still in. Let's see. Yeah, Apple could be a scalp. That's what you'd be looking to play here. You'd be looking to play a fade on Apple. So here we go. Here's that break. Let's see if we get large green dots like this. Nope. So it should extend. If this seller is getting out, this should extend up. You should get a nice big large body candle. And that volume should start to just pop. So we've got 16, 14. Okay. That's coming in a little bit now. They're still struggling. But now I would be watching for that seller to hit and what happens on a new low. See, we didn't break that new low and get that extension. So if we come back down and break this low, I need that extension because we're in the spot. We're in the spot where we found a seller before. We want to see if we can find that seller again. Matthew, when trading MES, you just look MES book map, or I look at both. I do not look at the SPY. It's the futures are so much easier to see. I think I've shown it before what the SPY and Q's book looks like. It's just a bunch of bracketing algos, and it's really hard to track where the orders are. You have to look back and kind of know how to find where the orders were before and then looking for them again. And if you're trading SPY and Q's, I would suggest just using the futures book because it's just a mess. The SPY and Q's book is just a mess. I might have skipped some stuff, but it scrolls down and then it skips a bunch of them. Let's see. What's Apple doing? Okay, here we go. Let's see if we get this low. Let's see how our volume is deviating. See how we broke this high? We picked up volume. We continued to pick up volume. And now we didn't. This is looking like exhaustion. But when we're selling, we're not dropping and dropping quickly. You want to see that bid just fall like it did here. Seller hits, bid falls. And then any buying doesn't bring price back up. We just go sideways or we move down. And then any selling that comes down, we need to start moving and dropping. Yeah, it's really struggling right now. And ES and NQ are strong. So it could pop and pick up volume just because of them. But here's a low. What happens? Nothing really yet. We're just not getting any participation. This is ugly. Yeah, we're not getting any participation to either side. You would expect this seller to come back in here and take advantage of this exhaustion. Yeah. See, we're breaking lows, more lows. We're not picking up volume. We need to pick up volume. Let's see. Let's see, learning 101 book map and thinkorswim setup. That was pretty easy. You just go to, and I think you even get if you have Schwab or you want to open a Schwab account, they have free book heat maps in there. I think they have a couple for the futures, and then Apple or Amazon, they'll usually have one of the Mag 7 in there that you can look at. So that's a great way to get into book map and reading it. And the setup is the same, just looking at the heat map, watching those orders, see how those orders move, just paying attention to how the algorithms react around price and what they're trying to do. And then just reading price action, just reading the dots in here, and getting used to how they look and what a green dot means, what a red dot means, what a small green dot means, what a small red dot means, and at your key level. So here, if we're breaking another high, we better pick up volume. That's good extension. I think that nobody's really stopping out. I think this is just more of ES and Q moving up. This volume should be a lot more. There should be a lot more volume on this. Let's see. Long, do you use level 2 in tape and DOS or bookmap only? Right now, I'm just using bookmap only. In DAS, I love DAS as level 2, but I got rid of DAS and I got TradingView, and I just haven't set up the time and sales. So I'm going back and forth. I guess I really haven't completely missed it, but I do like having it. And the one here on TradingView just isn't that great. And the one, let's see, let me bring up the one for Bookmap. Oh, we only have a few more minutes. Let's see. It's okay. The only thing I don't like is one, how big it is. It just takes up too much of the screen, and there's not really a ton of settings. And I can't change the background to black. I like the black backgrounds because it highlights the contrast off everything. It's just so much more. There's our seller. And so I enjoy like the black background. And you just can't change any of this. I'd like to get rid of the time. I don't care about the time. I'd like to get rid of this up here. So I haven't really gotten into using this, but I do like to use it. Just lately I haven't been, and I haven't missed it too much, but it'll be interesting once I set up a time and sales, how much I do miss it. Let's see, I'll do one more question. Learning 101, how do you get delta on Bookmap? I believe it's the same. So for the dots, you can go up to studies configuration and get to volume dots, and you can set up the delta here. If you want total volume or volume delta, or you can right click on a dot and get to the dot settings there. And then they also have it for the volume bars. So you can do delta or total volume for the volume bars. For some reason, total volume, the bars just get too small at times. I've always just used the delta and just read the volume on the chart, because the volume on the chart's more accurate because it will contain those institutional orders. Well, I think we ran out of time, guys. I'll be back on Friday, so bring your questions in, but this was a nice example. We're getting a little bit of exhaustion, but we're not getting on the other, what we need on the other side. And I'm reading that through these lows and the dots that I'm seeing and how aggressive that is. And really neither side's aggressive right here. It just looked like people are paying attention to something else. And we just really died off, and we're getting the lunch. So that kind of makes a little bit more sense. But on this low, you want to see this volume drop off? I mean, this volume looks great in terms of exhaustion, but I'm not getting the price action off of that. So there's really nothing here. I mean, there would just be nothing here. Here's a low. That's better. It still needs to extend. That bid really needs to drop. So that was better, but still, okay. So opens, breaks another low, extending down. But it just looks no bueno. It just looks like it's just going to chop around. Well, sweet guys, I appreciate you being here. Sorry I didn't get to all the questions, but bring them on Friday, and we'll answer some stuff. So have a good Monday, and I think Thor would always say, keep it green. Thanks, guys.